Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, hello and welcome to the Capcom Pro Tour World Warrior 2022 ranking event for Canada West. Oh my god, that was a mouthful, but we made it. My name is Coins, and holding it down on the mic with me is John the Batman Hat. John, how are you?
Oh,
I'm still muted. I'm still muted in Zoom, guys. We got to start off with the scuff, but I am doing great tonight. I'm so excited for these matches. And hey, I mean, even just like going a quick look at the people coming down, we got two new people up here that weren't here last time. So it's super exciting to see that we actually have that like breadth of talent in the Canada West region. So I know, I guess we can start it off, Coins, because obviously, Sarah Blast kind of from your neighborhood. So I'll let you start her off there.
Yeah, of course. If you're just joining us, you maybe have not seen the ranking events. This is our second of many, but in the first one, Sarah Blast ended up taking it from loser side, which is a bit of a weird situation. Many would have expected her to start in winners, and that is the case this month. She's going to be going up against Super Friends, who was also in the top 8 last time. Of course, going on the other side of winners, we've got White Gun and Noodle. And Noodle's a player who I doubt a lot of people are familiar with, but I am, and I'll tell you a little bit more about him later. But why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on the loser side of the bracket?
Yeah, for sure. So down there, we got Viraj, who's actually the first time they've made it up in the top 8 here. And he's actually, I got to say right now, I was trying to save my fun facts, but this man is 41 years young, making it into top 8 here. He's been playing Street Fighter since 1991. So this is the first game he's kind of taken seriously, and he's put a lot of work in with the West Coast Roast guys over there, and he's made up on the top 8. And of course, he's going up as Bumba Snuff, the representative from Manitoba, who's made it up a very good, excellent Ken player. You guys might have saw him if you were here last time. Great player. He's done really well at a lot of Alberta tournaments I've been able to watch. And then going down further, we got to Cayman versus Mortzy. Cayman, I'm going to be honest, the best player in Alberta for a very long time, and definitely contests up with Canada in general. So it's really great to see him. I don't think he actually entered last month, but to see him here this month is really awesome. Great player. And he's going up against the legend himself, Mortzy, the Fang player we've all known to come and love. Great player. Y'all might have seen him last month, or if you guys have watched Street Fighter V, anything in the West Coast, you've probably seen Mortzy play a couple times here or there. So
yeah, of course. And before we get into these matches, of course, we got to tell you about a little bit of information. First and foremost, we want to tell you about the Matcherino. Of course, we want to get these players paid for their time, rather. So if you've at all got in it to you to give or to claim those codes, it's absolutely free. Only takes a second or two. Go ahead and put !Matcherino in the chat. You can see it right there. Every bit of it goes to the players, and we appreciate anything you can put in. And of course, we want to also tell you about the World Warrior program in general this year that Capcom's been putting on. Of course, it's a series of 26 regions, and each region will have 5 events that earn you a bunch of points if you place. Actually, if you enter at all, everyone makes points. Of course, you make more if you make top 8. But the top 8 from the ranking series of events will then play in a final event, and the winner of each of those events qualifies through the Capcom Cup. It's a really great opportunity for any community, really, wherever you are. Guaranteed, there's one going down. And if you need that info, it's right there. You can see it on the page, start.gg/CPT2022-WW. So go ahead and check that out. That is exactly what we're doing here tonight.
And of course, we have to bring up our Fresh Cuts Community Clips contest. If you all were here last month, you remember we were constantly bringing it up through the screen. It's like, hey, you guys see an awesome moment, make sure you clip it. And yet again, we're doing it again this month because you guys see anything cool. A player does something sick. We say something stupid you find funny, anything. It does not matter. You get to clip it, and then the top 3 clips will be picked, thrown into a nice compilation, and you win a free subscription to the channel. So make sure you're keeping up with the action and pointing out anything that you really enjoyed.
Yeah, absolutely. We've also got a new sponsor this month. It's Hori, and as you can see there's a great deal. $10 off any t-shirt with the purchase of a fighting stick model. If you need the link to get to that shop, it's !Hori in the chat, and those shirts are sick. I mean, I'm a tried and true hitbox player at this point, but I might just get a shirt just to have a shirt.
They're pretty sick. I can't blame you.
All right, so with that out of the way, we got the business done. We got the info out to you. We can talk a little bit more about the matches. We're getting our first one set up right now. And if everything looks right, and it is, I think we are going to our first side of the winner's bracket. It's going to be Ceroblast going up against Super Friends. Now, you know, if you're sitting there and you know one of these players, odds are it's Ceroblast, so you're probably expecting her to take it, and I'll be honest, I am too. But Super Friends has surprised me in the past, many a time on the West Coast Roast ranking battles. So we'll see. This just might be the night where Super Friends ascends to that next level and really proves, really proves what he's made of.
I mean, his other nickname he'd like to go by there for a while was Flowchart Ryu. And I mean, he plays Ryu in that exact style you're used to doing, that keep out fireball game, DP when you come in. It's like, if you want to see how to play Ryu in the most general sense, this man does it beautifully. And of course, I also have to highlight, he is hailing from Saskatchewan, the only Saskatchewan representative making it here. Unfortunately, his compadre Muck did go out in losers in the qualifiers, unfortunately. But we do got Super Friends up here, and I'm really excited to get into this. And of course, Ceroblast, just in case you don't know, hailing from BC as well, so really good representation. Actually, while we're loading in, we have I think it's kind of cool, we have 4 different regions here today. We have people from Saskatchewan, people from Manitoba, people from Alberta, and people from BC as well. So we have managed to get the entirety of West Canada into this top 8, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really great to see that we get a spread from all of those provinces. And it looks like our match is just loaded up, and it's going to be the classic Ken versus Ryu. You couldn't ask for anything better to kick off the top 8. All right, let's get into it here. Super Friends starting it off kind of slow, mid-range game. You can see Cero, I guess, just testing now, seeing what she can get away with here.
Yeah, kind of slowly just figuring out where Super Friends is going to want to press, because he is taking kind of the initiative here. He's looking for a lot of those preemptive pokes, and I think Cero is kind of just sitting here and, like, you know, understanding it. It looks like Super Friends, like, very in control here, and he's doing an excellent job of holding the space, but I am kind of terrified for when Cero gets the read, and I think we have started it right here, kind of locking Super Friends in the corner, but a great crouching medium kick to get himself out of that scenario. But Cero has come back here, and we're just trading back and forth. Nice confirm off the crouching light punch, and one more hit looking for it, but no. Oh, not quite at that range, and he doesn't finish off with the DP. No, I think actually he's gonna die from the CA off of this. Oh, no,
chooses not to spend it.
Oh, the throw comes out, one more set away, Super. Oh, okay. Whoa.
Sometimes you just gotta wake up with it. Sometimes you gotta let him know, I will not be thrown, and I will not press a light button. I'm gonna hit you with that medium kick, catch you walking backwards. A really strange decision there from Ceroblast not to go for the critical art, but as you see, it did not end up working out.
Yeah, I know, but what's up?
I was just going to say, she looks undeterred here. You know, a lesser player might have been shaken from losing that round in that fashion, but she's just going to work right now in the corner.
Yeah, no, Ceroblast definitely going in this round with full meter as a result of this as well. So yeah, sure, maybe you didn't spend it there, but you're going in with so many resources. But actually, I think Super Friends is just doing such a good job of just slowly dominating space. And of course, I just cast or curse him immediately, and now he's in the corner against Ceroblast. And there's few things that are more scary than this, but he's doing a really good job. He's managed to get out of probably the last like 4 situations here, which is great. Space crouching, medium kicks, walk up, throw in. Super Friends is looking really good, not cracking under that pressure, and is just playing so solid.
Yeah, what an amazing first game from Super Friends. That is not easy to take a game on Ceroblast. I know, I've tried. It has not worked out well. But I really like how Super Friends has been playing this. You know, nothing overly risky, just really solid choices on defense. And I'm really interested to see how Ceroblast is going to adapt to that, because she can change up her game plan, you know, on a dime. Just really to see what isn't working and then change it so that it does end up working. But there were some interesting decisions from her, especially in that first round. We saw a lot of fishing with the stand medium kick, trying to get that target combo. A weird activation on V-Trigger 2 that didn't end up working out.
So you know why Ceroblast left the lobby? Because she forgot to turn her HUD back on. She was playing without a HUD.
Yes! Sometimes, as a stream challenge, she streams without the HUD as, like, I guess, kind of like training for awareness for how you're doing in a match, but that might explain some choices. She probably just didn't know she had the kill with CA. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, just didn't know she had the meter. Oh no. I mean, if that's the case, I was actually about to highlight, like, Super Friends is kind of winning off of a lot of preemptive pokes, and I think if Ceroblast can kind of adapt to that timing, we're going to see it. But now that Cero knows what kind of meter she's got, I think this is going to be pretty scary.
All right, okay, both players with the HUD now. The limits have been released. We'll see if Ceroblast does any better.
The weights have been taken off.
Exactly. All right, Super Friends staying solid. I wonder if Super Friends knows this info, because as far as he's concerned, he's just playing great right now.
He's like, yo, this is sick. I mean, he has been playing like a very, very good space control. Like the meter, I think, has been important, but Super Friends is kind of just coming out. Yeah, these preemptive crouching medium kicks and just great confirms off of them. Like his spacing has been very good. I think this is actually probably the least active we've seen Ceroblast in a long time.
Aside from the very first start of that first game, but yes, Super Friends absolutely capitalizing, playing a really solid game. What a shimmy there.
What a
Catches
shimmy.
Cero.
Just what an interesting time to go for the read on the shimmy there, because like that's not an often time you're gonna see throw come out.
Yeah. And you know, Ryu doesn't have the best options for a dash back shimmy like that, but the Stand Fierce was exactly what he needed to get the stun and to ultimately take the round. We'll see if Cero can adapt here. Great jump over that fireball. And time to go to work. What's the offensive series throw? And already pretty close to the corner. No punish on the overhead, and it could be curtains from here.
Yeah,
so
we are looking at one hit away from stun. Oh, the interrupt here. It's the preemptive buttons. He's got like a very good read on what Ceroblast's timing is being. But no, so much damage coming out of the corner. Okay, well, I wasn't actually that much damage, but you're in such a scary situation now. Oh, yeah. Block donkey kick, you're gonna die off of that. Tying it up 1-1 apiece, but actually Super Friends still looking very, very solid. We only seen like kind of like one major offensive flurry from Ceroblast there. Great DP.
Yeah, had the autocorrect there. You can see Super Friends not looking shook here. You know, if this was not the top 8, he would be on the cusp of sending Cero to losers. But of course, because this is a CPT event, the top 8 is all first to 3. So we're still in for this set. Cero finding that medium kick finally. You can see the calibration is there. The HUD was all she needed.
It was all she needed. You love to see it. But just Super Friends, like, he's just got such a great understanding there. Like after the fireball, preemptive crouching medium kick. And it's just fundamental Ryu gameplay going off. But no, Cero has gotten in off the dive kick, but actually Super Friends has done such a good job of just escaping from the corner through advancing pressure. Oh, does that kill it then? Yes, it is.
And it's just enough. Well done, Ceroblast. Has the damage on point, has the optimal confirm, and she's going to take the second game. All right, Super Friends really got to dig deep. Like we were saying, he's got to ascend to the next plane.
Ascend to the next level. He's doing the actual Ryu training arc. He's been sitting under the waterfall for 20 years. He's ready to go.
Yeah, like, I mean, just being a Ryu player in the year 2022 is commendable in and of itself. A lot of the Ryu players have jumped ship to Luke, but Super Friends is staying solid here.
Yeah, he's staying solid. He actually does play Karen a bit on the side too, which has been fun to see, but Ryu has always been the tournament pick.
Okay, and this is the confirm there. Cero, chance at offense now. Ooh, misses the confirm there. Saw the hit, but unfortunately Super Friends was in the backdash, meaning he got hit out of the air. And that gave a great punish to Cero, but she's firing right back here with the V-trigger too.
Yeah, I know the pressure is kind of all Cero right now, but you see the Super Friends looking for these little gaps there with the crouching medium kick. Really good at calling out the dashes. Raylo confirm there, gets the side switch, but a nice little interrupt here by Cero off the beginning, and an overhead at full range. You know, I respect it. Doesn't quite recover from the DP in time. Does have access to CA here if they want to kill.
All right, she's going to spend it, and I assume this is going to be enough.
I don't think it's a scale.
Exactly. Yeah. Critical art scaling is pretty generous in this game. I believe it's minimum 50%, but in that case, it was more than enough. Ceroblast here looking to take the second game. All right, great confidence here from Super Friends. Just started off that round walking forward with a purpose here. Had the exact right range, but a back throw is exactly what you don't want to get caught by here. Ken's back throw in particular, so great at carrying you all the way to the corner.
Yeah, I know the range on block super good.
The walk and block from Super Friends has been really great, finding these medium kicks exactly like that.
Yeah, you just see it back and forth, but oh, there's a bait from Cero this time. I mean, yet again, Super Friends has been mostly playing the preemptive game, so if Cero can start baiting that out, you're going to see a lot of reward, and I think we're going to quite see... Actually, V-trigger,
Okay, the scaling is
not
here.
Oh, yeah.
Was looking for something else. And I like the choice to go with just the simple meaty there from Cero, because Super Friends has shown in the past that he will, you know, wake up with a medium punch, wake up with a crouch forward. And of course, Cero recognizing that, just going for the simple meaty, gets the counter hit, gets the game, and if she takes the next game, she'll be moving on in winner's side.
Yeah, exactly. Super Friends gonna have to dig deep to get back here. Is winning a fair amount of interactions in the mid game, but is only really getting just like kind of that crouching medium kick and maybe a knockdown. Well, Sero, every time she's able to land a hit, it's just taking at least a quarter health. So it's just been the interactions have been like really going in Sero Blast's favor for just a reward off of it. Like the great jump in there on the fireball, and then the corner is here. But Super Friends still playing a very, very good game, managing to escape the corner there, which is spacing and crouching medium kick a lot of the time. Oh, nice anti-air side switch, V-shift, and pushes Sero into the corner.
I was going to say there was a lot more of a patient approach from Super Friends before that jump. You can tell he's really trying to slow down the pace because the slower the match is, the more it is to his benefit. Sero's just too good in a scramble, too good on an offensive situation. But right now, Super Friends has the corner, and if he can keep this, it's looking good. But a sweep there with no activation.
Yeah, I feel like that was supposed to have an activation behind that one. Yeah, and Sero is just taking complete control of the corner here. And it's kind of down to Super Friends needs to escape here, but Sero has all the meter in the world here if they want to land the kill.
Oh my god, max range?
That's sick! Wait, that's so sick! I didn't know that!
That, my friends, is hundreds of hours of situational awareness being put to the test. Knew that was going to punish.
Another one!
Another one! Wow, Super Friends is having to pull out all the stops here, having to go with the very unorthodox options to try and get out of here. But ooh, DP probably wanted the autocorrect to hit on the other side, but wasn't lucky enough.
I think he inputted it just a tad too early. Oh, wake up DP. All right, all right. Sero kind of get in the corner here. Great check on the run. Doesn't manage to check it that time. Yeah, the activation this time, the V reversal. And Super Friend just kind of staying in the neutral here, but great whip punish here by Sero. Has all the meter in the world and has Super Friend locked in the corner, looking to tie it up here. Doesn't opt to spend the meter.
Stagger pressure there from Sero. Just checking with jabs and was able to confirm as soon as she got the counter hit. Yeah, playing it simple here. A crouch medium confirmed. That'll do it. Sero Blast is on match point.
And I think we highlighted just a great part of what Sero Blast is playing. Able to switch between that crazy offensive style, but really good just neutral defense on the other side. And we saw it there with that great whiff punish. And man, Graham's corner carry is absolutely insane. Already has Super Friends in the corner, but Super Friends does manage to escape here. Excellent heads-up play, but the spacing from Sero. Getting a really good read on Super Friends' timing on the kicks here. Now the donkey kick doesn't quite get the confirm. And the whip of the fireball, that was so close to being so bad, but the forward throw doesn't really put him in an advantageous position. But he's keeping the pressure on. We're just kind of resetting the neutral here.
Oh no, it was out of range this time.
He's learned from the interaction. Great punish here from Super Friends. And Sero just kind of sitting back here. No, doesn't get the DP. And this is going to spell disaster for Super Friends. Is stuck. No, wait, he's dead. He's dead.
He's so dead. That was just enough damage. Sero Blast. What optimal damage there, and on the back of that, she's going to take it 3-1. She'll be sitting pretty in winner's side of the bracket, winner's finals, of course, and I mean, we're going to move on and see who gets to join her, but wow, what a game.
What a game. What a game. What a way to start it off. Within the first, like, 5 seconds of the match, I'm already screaming, because that first game, where they were, like, both this close to losing, was just, like, too much for my poor heart.
Yeah. I mean, excellent stuff to Super Friends there. Took a game that, you know, Sero was playing without the HUD, but a game nonetheless, and in the FGC parlance, we take those.
We take those.
Just as much as any other game. So on the other side of winner's bracket, we're getting that match set up. It's going to be White Gun versus Noodle. Now, all the players we've seen so far, as well as White Gun who's coming up, were in top 8 last month. So, you know, those players have understood that consistency is the key. They are building up that point share as they work towards the final event in December. But Noodle is someone who I don't think was in the bracket at all last month, but is a, you know, it feels odd to say at this point an old school player, but if you started playing in SF4 and you haven't been around for a while, it's close enough to call you old school. It's 10 plus years at this point.
I guess it really is.
Yeah, Nate was a Cami player, lives in BC, but out on Vancouver Island. I haven't seen him in at least a couple years now, but a very solid Cami player. Came up in SF4 playing Ibuki, Ryu, and Adon, was taught by Air Ryu, a player that you recognize if you were around for SF4. So plays a very solid footsie-based Cami, although I went and peeped some replays in CFN, and it turns out he sent Mortsy to losers playing Luke. So it may be the Luke pick now We're gonna have to wait and see. It is. All right. Okay, interesting. I was gonna say, if it was Cammy, it'd kind of be like two sides of the coin. There'd be White Gun, which is super aggressive, and then the really slow style from Noodle, but I guess we're just gonna see that slow style, but with Luke instead. All right, starting things off. Yeah, okay. I mean, so far it looks like Luke, but White Gun there backdashing to stand fierce to start things off. Displaying that DP early.
Yeah, no, definitely White Gun, the madman of the West out here. Very, very good offensive player, but actually Noodle, I'm really excited to see him play here at it. And he's playing a really good, just kind of neutral-based game here, not letting White Gun get his game started. Because I know both these people are from BC. Have they played a lot, like, in the past, or...?
Yeah, by all means, in SF4 days too, these guys would have played at offline events as well, so they should be familiar with each other, although Noodle I haven't really seen much online, and judging from CFN, has mostly been playing, you know, in casual matches, in Battle Lounge, working on this Luke. And it's nice to see it in tournament here in top 8. And I ended up taking the first round too.
Yeah, no, he's already looking like he's online here. Great counter hits. The back throw, and he's already taken back the corner here. I think this is actually the most grounded we've seen White Gun in a very, very long time. Noodle's not letting him get, like, anything started.
Yeah, one of the keys to fighting against White Gun is keeping him grounded, is showing him that you have what it takes to stop the dive kicks. And Noodle's done a great job of that so far. In this round, though, White Gun's been getting away with some jumps. Despite that, life is still great for Noodle. White Gun's gonna have to overextend here at some point. Oh, went for the jump! Finds the punish. Yeah, you can see Noodle just trying to stay very inactive on defense. Uses the V-shift, just trying to gain some space. But yeah, any fireball will be super. He's got to watch out. And the medium kick, stand medium kick was all he needed. Noodle is going to take game 1.
No, really, really solid play. And yeah, as you kind of highlighted, like, White Gun is a very, very aggressive, kind of dive kick oriented player. And if you are able to take that option away, he does look a little bit kind of weaker on his offense. He's kind of like struggling a bit more to get in and get started. But God, when he does land that hit and you let him get started, White Gun is terrifying. So it's going to be really on Noodle here to just kind of keep his defense solid, keep the spacing out, or White Gun's just kind of making go boom.
Exactly. White Gun working on a great series right now. It's not to say that if you can't stop the jumps, fighting him is free, but of course, you got to make him work for it. But Noodle, I mean, finds a great exchange here, takes the corner, and is just working on it here. Counter hits galore. Okay, Couch Fierce, activation, White Gun, a chance now to take this back, and ooh, it looked like there might have tried to be a DP there from Noodle, but no luck.
Yeah,
okay,
no, it's kind of trading.
Last of V-trigger.
Trading moves back. Oh my! Knocked him in the toe. The perfectly spaced dive kick by White Gun. And he does take the first round here, looking to tie it up 1-1 with Noodle if he can keep this momentum going.
Okay. Slow start here. No DP on the EX Hooligan. A little bit harder to anti-air, but busting out there afterwards. You can see the approach. Wow, Noodle. The reactions are looking so great. Had the punish, finds a counter hit. So close to stun.
Yeah, no, White Gun is kind of in his comfort zone, got the V-trigger on, but no, the throw is going to come through. And that is going to be Noodle tying it up 1-1 here. We're looking 1 round away. Noodle looking to go up 2-0 in the set and get as big of a lead as he possibly can, but White Gun looking to hold on and get us tied up here.
Yeah, White Gun's going to have to come up with something here. Of course, he's going to be used to this matchup. If at all you play online, you are used to fighting against Luke. But Noodle is just, the spacing has been great. You know, there hasn't been any really big gambits. It's been mostly about this mid-range game, stopping the air approach, which he tried to do just there with stand roundhouse. It didn't end up working out. Oh, DP there. It's ready this time. And you can see immediately just walking back. But as soon as I say that, the double dash, corner switch situation, the counter hit, that's going to do it. Noodle up 2-0.
No, just playing so solid. Like, his defense is almost immaculate here. The only time White Gun's kind of getting in is, like, a lot of time Noodle is kind of whiffing the DP there, kind of misjudging his spacing or his inputs there, and doesn't usually get hit by the EX dive kick, and then White Gun kind of snowballs it from there a bit. But when Noodle is just able to understand that spacing, it's just, it feels like he's just in so much control of this game right now. And I mean, that's just excellent to see here.
Fierce there, but honestly, it didn't end up working out for White Gun. Noodle finds to confirm. These DPs have been so on point. You know, there's been 1 or 2 that have gone punished, but for the most part, Noodle's just on point and already a stun. With nothing big or flashy, just the pokes, the anti-airs, the clean pressure, and Noodle's looking unstoppable going into the second round, game 3.
Yeah, no, just straight on fire right here. Just great neutral play as you highlighted. And he's just keeping it simple. He's understanding it. Great whiff punish there. And the DP does come out from White Gun. And White Gun needs to kind of turn the chaos here, get the match going, maybe a little bit more of a scrambly situation. But Noodle is just not letting that happen so far, which is great pressure on defense here. The DPs have been immaculate. And speaking of DPs, one's going to go punished here from the side of White Gun. And we are looking at one more hit away from stun here for Noodle. The walk-up throw. And Noodle has taken it 3-0 over White Gun to move on to face against Ceroblast in winners finals.
What a absolutely dominant display there from Noodle, and I'm really happy because it kind of displays everything I was talking about as we went into the match. A really solid player, top by air Ryu, and really carries that fundamental style through any character. Of course, is also really great at learning very quickly, as you can see with a character that's obviously a little bit newer, like Luke. You know, anecdotally, I remember the first time I saw Nate at a tournament, I beat him in bracket, and then at the next monthly, I didn't beat him, and I have not beaten him since. He's that kind of player who can just level up so consistently, so fast, and it'll be interesting to see. He is in winners finals, going to be going up against Cero later on. That matchup is going to be absolutely great.
Yeah, but no, I think it's time to highlight our next match. Likely coming up here will be V-Raj versus Bumba Snuff. We've got the Battle of Alberta, or more specifically Sherwood Park, versus Bumba coming out of, I'm pretty sure he's from Winnipeg. So we got the Battle of Manitoba versus Alberta. Going to probably be Ken versus Dalsum. So I know V-Raj has one we haven't been on here before. He's been grinding a lot in the undercard bracket for the West Coast fighters, the West Coast Roast. If you guys might have ran into it before, it's just a weekly bracket. We are a bi-weekly bracket we run for the Pacific Northwest. And I actually like to commentate it quite a bit. It's a great event. Highly recommend checking it out if you're in the area. But shilling aside, V-Raj has actually been putting in a great amount of effort, kind of training with some of the better players in there, and he's actually a TO in training as well. So this is a true community man. And as I highlighted at the start of the broadcast, this man is 41 years young. He's been playing Street Fighter since 1991. Now, Street Fighter V is the first game he's took kind of seriously, so it's really cool to see that he's managed to put this much effort and is able to get up into top 8 in this kind of bracket. But of course, I can't harp on one person for too long. Bumba Snuff, hailing from Winnipeg, a fantastic Ken player. I actually think I like to kind of put his style very similar to Ceroblast, where he's very good at playing some kind of aggressive, in-your-face style, and then just switching completely back to a more defensive kind of spacing-based thing to just force you into action and just whiff punish you immaculately. And he's always placed very, very good at Alberta tournaments whenever I've seen him come out, which is usually we get people from Saskatchewan and Winnipeg coming out. Actually, the BC people surprisingly haven't participated in the Alberta tournaments as much. But hey, I mean, you guys got kind of a poppin' venue down there, so I can't completely blame you. But he's been a fantastic player for the longest time, and I am excited to see him play again because it's been a long time since I've been able to just kind of actively watch him play, and it's so awesome to see him here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this matchup ends up shaking out. Like you said, it is going to be Dalsum versus Ken. You know, Dalsum, a character whose stock has risen steadily over the years, but, you know, surprisingly, at least in British Columbia, there are absolutely zero Dalsum players, so it'll be interesting to see how, you know, Bumba Snuff ends up dealing with this. I'm not sure about the Winnipeg scene, if there's a strong Dalsum to train against, but in any case, it'll be interesting to see how our Canadian Dalsum representative ends up doing here. Of course, they are in the loser side. The loser of this match is going to be going home, but not empty-handed. It's going to have some points to, you know, put in the back pocket, save up for next month, and hopefully V-Raj can have a repeat performance and be in the top 8 again and get some more points. We'll see if he can even push it further and get a good stock of points built up.
No, exactly. As we've highlighted like a lot of times, the consistency is the key, and just making top 8 in of itself already rewards you a plethora of points to qualify you for the final. We're going to go on the 7th, but without further ado, let's get into it. We got the Battle of Winnipeg versus Sherwood Park here, Alberta versus Manitoba, Bumba Snuff versus V-Raj here.
Okay. A lot of classic Dalsum play here. Stand medium kick, 10 frame, -4 on block. What a great move, the anti-airs. All right, Bumba Snuff is really going to have to struggle to get in here. Finds a counter hit, but obviously doesn't get the conversion, but finds a roundhouse instead. And honestly, you'd rather take that any day. Overhead, confirm. Any hit will be stunned now. Oh, and that is just the life of a Dalsum player right there. You can play some great neutral, but one hit is all Ken needs in this matchup. Just walking up for the throw. Bumba Snuff's going to take round 1.
No, really, really solid play there. And you just see that kind of, he slowly approached, found his way in, but the minute he got V-Raj in the corner there, the aggression, the meaties just came out, and Bumba is terrifying in the corner. You don't want this guy to put you there. And I think that's actually why Ken is such a cool pick for him. Just that corner carry is immaculate. But Viraj has managed to find the way out. Has completely turned the situation around. Looking to keep Ken in the corner there, but messes up on the meaty, unfortunately. Gets thrown, and Bumba has turned the situation in his favor. And this is absolutely dire straits for Viraj here. Needs to find his escape, but Bumba is relentless, going to get the stun. And that'll be Bumba winning our first game there.
What a heartbreaker for Viraj there. I feel like he started out both rounds with a really solid game plan, some great sequences, but then it's really just one mistake that ends up, you know, snowballing, avalanching into Bumba Snuff ending up taking the round. Especially in that second match, it was just a mistimed EX Yoga for the meaty, and one back throw is all it took. As it often does with Ken. Alright, heading into game 2 here. Can we see Viraj put it together?
Yeah, kind of starting out here. Yeah, just classic Dhalsim play. Does manage to find connection on the slide and is keeping the pressure on. But really does need to keep Bumba out here because Bumba is being fairly respectful there and kind of slowly approaching. And when Viraj is able to hold this angle, he's been playing very, very good, and he's able to get the stun there as well. Into the corner, confirms. Great little combo there. But no, Bumba has escaped, but the Tatsu is going to get blocked, and no, messes up on the block punish, and it's Bumba City. He's locked in the corner, and the throw has started. Will he be able to escape this time? It's been all Bumba when the corners come out. But oh like no, this. He doesn't get the escape, the punish, although he lifts the DP, but the block punish is missed again. But he gets back into neutral, he finishes it off, and that absolute clencher of a round goes in Viraj's favor.
Alright, a little bit too close for comfort there for Viraj, I'm sure, but was playing such a good neutral game to push to the corner. Had the stun even, but really after that stun combo, ended up getting in a little bit of hot water here. Bumba Snuff finding the back throw, and it's going to look like a little bit like rounds 1 and 2 of game 1. Yeah, just caging him here. Great slide, though.
Yeah, he has managed to make his escape here. The first time he's been able to slake his way out. But no, we're back in the corner. The back throw. And we have entered Bumba City. He's in the corner. The cross up and finishes it off. And yeah, it is just the nature of the match. The minute Dhalsim's stuck in that corner, it is just so scary. And Bumba able to take full advantage of that.
Yeah, there was such a great textbook sequence there from Bumba of just going in for the crouch strong, walk forward, crouch strong, you know, really imploring that Viraj answer with something, and there was no tech, and so, you know, just walked up, went for the back throw, and that's really what turned the tide of that round. Viraj looking good in this round, though. Can keep it up. Great teleport there to keep the spacing, but the jump does not get anti-aired. Bumba Snuff going to work, counter hit overhead, and he hit for stun. Back throw, and that ought to do it.
Yeah, he's got CM line, probably won't even need it, but opts to go for that route. And yeah, that's Bumba taking the second game here. Viraj looking very, very good, as we kind of highlighted in that neutral game when he's able to keep Bumba down. But the minute Bumba gets in, it is just straight distraught for Viraj. He gets usually back thrown into the corner, and then he just goes to Bumba City, where, you know, you're getting hit by overheads, you're getting thrown, it's not a good time, would not recommend to a friend.
Yeah, it is definitely a classic story when you got Dhalsim in any matchup, and it's, you know, a story Viraj has just told us more or less 4 times in a row. We'll see if he can change the narrative here. Bumba is going to be going to the same old reliable.
Yeah, rewrite the book. Yeah, we've seen kind of, that the same thing. That one round was kind of where Viraj was able to flip the script on this. But so far it has been, like just great, advancing strong. Now Viraj, the throw into the corner here. He's got to get off of this, but no, goes for the risky sweep. But Bumba does, I thought he would barely get out there. Great spacing by Viraj. And he's doing a great job of just keeping Bumba locked down. But Bumba with the walk up, we've reset back to neutral here. This, didn't quite hit on that. So risky on that whip. And Viraj is playing a great game so far. Looking for the cross up here and the tick throw. Doesn't quite finish him off. And the overhead to finish it off.
Sniper.
And Viraj
was on
excellent job.
Such a roll there, but in the back of my mind I was just thinking, like, don't let it go, you're on the knife's edge. You might look like you have the life lead, but it can all disappear in a second. Bumba Snuff looking to get revenge for that round, just opening up with a great series, was going for the fake overhead, and just dashing in here, undeterred, but the cross-up to put himself in the corner. I mean, he gets the hit for it, so more power to him. A throw is going to counter this.
That's a little spicy. Yeah, no, the meter's completely gone. The stun gauge down, and no, great DP here from Bumba Snuff. But admittingly, that was kind of just a lost round. The minute he got that hit and just pushed him into the corner there. Morty Viraj hasn't really found an answer to that yet, but that will definitely come with more time grinding in the game. Yet again, he is kind of a newer player, putting in tons of effort. He's doing great, but these are kind of the situations you see where an experienced player like Bumba is just able to take advantage and just snowball his victories very, very easily.
The EX dive kick previously had been anti-aired by a crouch medium punch, but there, gets away with it and is almost to the corner now. Alright, the trigger, not much show for it.
Woo! Does manage to get the anti-air down there. Kind of risky fireball, but Bumba jumps into it anyway.
Okay, slowly building up the life lead there. Bumba got the hit, but didn't believe. Yeah, just punishing here out of the slide, not respecting the pressure from Viraj. Went for the overhead. What a brave throw.
He switched it around. Oh, he hit him in the air with the fireball. That's a great little setup there. Gets him to whip on that. No, the DP barely mixed up, but he drops the combo. And he gets the final hit, though, on the crouching medium punch. And that is Bumba taking it 3-0 over Viraj and sending Viraj out of the tournament. But yet again, making top 8 gives you a heck ton of points. So definitely nothing to scoff at there, and Bumba is moving on to play against White Gun, which I think should be an absolute banger of a matchup.
Absolutely. Hats off to Bumba. Had a game plan, stuck to it. It worked out. But of course, congratulations and condolences to Viraj, who is out of the top 8 now, but got a bunch of points. I am proud of him. I hope to see him in top 8 next time. So moving on to the other side of losers, we've got Mortzy going up against Cayman. So Mortzy is a player that a lot of people expect to do well, is often, I think was probably second seed in this bracket, but ended up getting knocked to losers by Noodle. Now, if you were looking at the bracket and you didn't know Noodle, that would come as a big surprise, but of course they've played a bunch when Noodle was coming over to the mainland for tournaments in the earlier seasons of SF5. But in any case, that means Mortzy is down in losers, is going to have to go up against Cayman, and I think is not a fan of the jury matchup from Cayman. We'll see.
Yeah, no.
Fong apparently struggles in that matchup, but, you know, Mortzy is a tried and true character loyalist at this point and is absolutely going to ride out these tough matchups.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to see. I think it is great to see Cayman out here today. He didn't make it into the last month, and he kind of was that, like, final piece of the killers that are hidden in Canada, we'd like to say, because Cayman has just long been the best player in Alberta by, like, a very large margin. I have to be completely honest. Very, very talented player, and it's great to see him out here. I was actually surprised when he didn't enter last month. So him making top 8 here isn't the most surprising thing for me to see, because he's had traditionally like great results, even playing against Ceroblast. He's played against Mortzy in the past. He has been a very active member in the community and played just a ton of Street Fighter V. So seeing him here today is great, and we get to watch a jury match. Jury is awesome to see, and it's great to go.
And before we hop into that match, we want to remind you again about the Matcherino. Go ahead and put !Matcherino in the chat. There are a bunch of free codes to claim. If you have it in you to give, we'd greatly appreciate it. Of course, every single penny of it goes to the players. It's nice to, give them a little something for making top 8, for putting on the show for y'all. So go ahead and check that out.
And of course, we do have our Fresh Cuts community clips contest. I did highlight this beginning of the broadcast, but if you guys see anything cool, the players do something sick, great combos, we say something stupid, and you enjoy it, make sure to clip it, because the top 3 clips from this stream will be selected as the winners, get put in a nice little compilation, and you win a subscription to the channel. So there's literally nothing to lose. Clip away, my good friends, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the stream, and we better see some banger clips.
Oh, I can think of a couple good moments already. Also, we want to thank Hori for sponsoring. They've got a deal on right now. If you need the link, that's !Hori in the chat. And as you can see, you get $10 off the purchase of any shirt with the purchase of a fighting stick. I was saying before, I'm hitbox through and through, but if you are a stick player and you need a good stick, go ahead and check out Hori and, pick up a shirt while you're at it.
No, definitely good. I mean, I'm hitbox now as well, but my first stick was a Hori Rap 4, which I'm sure many, many people have used. They're great sticks. They've been building them awesome for a while. And actually, the Hori Rap 4 was such a wonderful stick because it was a great budget stick, but it was still incredibly well made for what it was. Like, you didn't have to go out and get like the full, like Mad Cat's $300 stick at that point. The Hori Rap 4 is a great, great entry point, and I am excited to see kind of their new line and everything come out. I even still got my old stick. I got a K stick in it now, but they are fantastic specific cases. And it looks like we do have Mortzy in the lobby here, so we are going to get into our match right away. And I am super excited to see this one. And if you guys haven't seen Cayman or Mortzy play, I got to tell you, you're in for an absolute treat.
Yeah, this is a particularly tough matchup for Fong. Jury has a lot of good options for beating out Fong's regular pressure. A common situation you'll see is where Fong ends in Cloud to sort of build some space and try and stay safe when their pressure's getting blocked, but Jury's stand medium kick goes straight over Cloud, absolutely punishes him for it, and that, you know, that takes that option off the table if the player can demonstrate it. And, you know, it just kind of throws a wrench into the Fong's plan. We'll see if Mortzy has a plan to get around that.
Yeah, definitely I know Cayman is quite the lab monster. He likes to just sit down and really understand a lot of situations. I remember back in a few tournaments, he just called things out. He's like, why aren't you punishing this? Oh, you can beat this in this situation. So he's a very, very knowledgeable player. So I think if anybody's going to know these counterplays, it is going to be Cayman. And I'm excited to see them kind of come down here. And he does start off with just a great spacing control here early on.
Yeah, it was a very bold choice here for the first round to start off with a sweep. It ended up working out, but Mortzy found a sweep of his own. You can see there's already some trademark Mortzy-isms, a lot of stand fierce and neutral, looking for that crush counter, but the throws are coming now from Cayman. Alright, punish, great stuff there, good awareness from Mortzy. And already on the uphill battle, but we see the V-trigger activation. This is where Fong can make up a lot of ground. One solid hit, but what an answer!
Ooh, and he knows those. Yeah, so that's Cayman. Like, he just does. He knows where to interact with those. Pulls out the anti-fireball tool right when he needs it and gets a hit and snowballs that into a win. And I think it has been very interesting to see. Cayman has kind of just been dominant in that neutral. He's sitting right outside of Mortzy's range, and he's just hitting that stand medium kick. Such a good button for Yuri.
Yeah, there was great situational awareness there from Cayman to get the punish in that situation. Spending a lot of meter trying to preempt them in this round in particular. Mortzy's looking great, has a lot of meter, staying safe with the EX arms. Alright, pushing in. Okay, Cayman now having to find some sort of entry here. Does not have the life lead. Looking for anything, but Mortzy's just harassing here with the crouch medium kick. Such a good button from Fong. And activation. This is scary if you're the Fong player, but interruption into throw.
I know Mortzy looking very, very good here. The V-trigger still completely online here for Cayman, but Mortzy has the pressure started, and the poison is ticking down. We are looking at kind of one more hit on either side here. Now, Cayman waiting it out, probably looking for an anti-fireball and kind of just holding the space, otherwise looking for his opportunity to get in, but Mortzy just holding it down, and the trade comes out, and Mortzy has tied up the rounds 1-1 apiece here.
Yeah, he'll take that trade any day of the week. I really like what Mortzy's doing when they're in the mid-range. If Cayman has meter, is really reluctant to throw fireballs and is really just trying to check with, you know, stand medium punch, crouch medium punch, stand light kick. Trying to play more of a normal space game rather than the zoning that Fong is sometimes known for. But he's going in now. Looking for DP probably, does not come. Cayman finding a way out here, but the fierce Mortzy's making it work for him.
Yeah, no, Cayman has kind of momentum started. Oh, the great jump back comes out. I know we forget that's the DP. Cayman looking to try and turn this around. But Mortzy sitting at long range, waiting it out, and great check on the dash. And as you kind of highlighted, Mortzy's doing a great job of just utilizing Fang's massive normals. Now, Yuri is a character that can kind of contest those, has great ways to get around them, but Mortzy just great spacing, always ensuring they're hitting on tip range, and Cayman hasn't been able to kind of find a way in that last round.
Yeah, Mortzy was showing some great adaptation there. An answer to the flip kick there, jumped back, scouting it out, and was able to get the punish too. And you know, just those little situations where you eke out some damage, you make the right reads on your opponent. That is what ends up making the difference in a close set like this. Mortzy pushing back in, got the corners, got the poison up. Great whiff punish there with the coward crouch. That's absolutely one of the tools you have to answer when you're fighting against Fong. If you can't stop him from coward crouching, you've already lost. A stun has those micro walk combos. A throw, and that ought to do it. No, not
and
quite.
Another one.
Go for another one. Well done.
What a great, just like flurry of momentum there. He got it early. He pushed him slowly into the corner, took his time getting the stun up, and Mortzy just finished it off in kind of just very controlled fashion. He didn't do anything crazy. He kind of just slowly worked him towards the corner, and we are kind of slowly seeing a repeat here. The hits haven't happened, but the situation is very, very similar.
Yeah, you can see the confidence from Mortzy. Is really not afraid to push forward now. Is sort of found his rhythm in this match. Okay, but a chance now for Cayman. He's got to switch it up. He's got to find some other way to gain ground here. But Mortzy spending the meter, wanting to go up, gets the corner situation.
Oh, look at the throw! That was scary. No, and he gets the hit, and Mortzy is just controlling the space so well. Just preemptive poke after preemptive poke. Calling out Cayman, trying to go for the jump. Interrupting his startup buttons. And actually really good checks on the dashes as well. We kind of seen in the earlier rounds. So Mortzy, he kind of started early. Cayman had some great answers for the fireballs. Mortzy kind of stopped, as you said, and just stuck to his normals. He's just playing the neutral game and kind of slowly working Cayman into that corner, and it is working wonders.
Yeah, the counterplay has been great for Mortzy, but I really want to see Cayman turn it on here, give us a really close set. But the crush counter sweep, the setups, Mortzy's got those for days, and we're looking at a repeat of the last game so far. Okay, a punish there on the coward crouch, very important. V-skill, a little bit unorthodox, but you know, honestly, I'm not too mad at that, because you've got to try something else if your game plan isn't working out. Has managed to find the corner here.
And this is kind of the major time. Cayman has got the corner control here, but no, he tries to DP him right out of range, and now Mortzy has taken back control of the corner. Cayman looking to get his way out, connects the fireball. Great throw break by Mortzy, and he is kind of just laying back here, waiting for Cayman to approach. But Cayman going behind it, but now it connects this time. We switch the pressure around, but the activation here from Mortzy coming out, and Cayman just kind of backs up, looking for the fireball punish, but he does get the punish on the throw, but doesn't get max damage. And we are just trading. We're just trading back and forth. It's the friggin' New York Stock Exchange out of here, and Mortzy bet on GameStop. He's taking the round.
Now that's how you use your life as a resource right there. Textbook. You have more life. It's in the situation where you're not sure if you're neutral, -1, etc. You know, press a button, and that trade is all you need. Mortzy now is on match point. Anti-air crouch medium kick, keeping the corner.
He's locked Cayman down in the corner here, and it's just been so scary. Cayman was able to escape in that last round here. The activation has to keep that safe, coming down. And he's just trying to keep this pressure up here. And Mortzy kind of resetting back to neutral here, holding that range that he's been so comfortable at. And Cayman's just trying to slowly get his way in, get the hit. Ooh, almost gets the whiff punish on that. Now Mortzy has kind of turned the situation around, connects on tip range.
All right, he's got super. I don't know if he's going to try the thing, and you will know the thing if you see it. Okay, doesn't even need it, just a down forward heavy punch. Mortzy is going to take that, sends Cayman packing. 3-0. You can see Mortzy's kind of on the warpath here. Lost to Noodle in the winner side of the bracket in the bracket play yesterday, and is looking great here in the top 8. Absolutely working it, pushing it forward. Is going to be sitting there in the bracket, I think, to go up against, let's just check the bracket.
He's going up against Super Friends, which is always a very fun match to watch between those two, because yeah, Mortzy, as you see, is very good at kind of that space control with his normals, and then Super Friends comes into that. It's great at interacting, working around the mid-range, but also Super Friends has great defense. He's been able to kind of stop Mortzy from doing a lot of his setups and stuff in the past, so that it's going to be a great match. I won't talk about it too much right now, but you guys should definitely be excited for that one.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, we'll probably be heading back over to winner side of the bracket. Of course, as a reminder there...
Not yet. Still losers.
Okay, still losers. All right. Okay, so our next matchup is probably going to be White Gun versus Bumba Snuff, which is going to be an absolutely great match. Both players are very offensive. They both like to push the pace. And as often the case, it's really an answer of, can you deal with White Gun's air approach? If not,
exactly.
God help you.
God help you, you will explode. We did see a great example of how to do that earlier from Noodle here. He kind of played that like kind of neutral defensive game. Now, I don't think we're going to see the same approach from Bumba here, because he does have like very good neutral control, and he's great at playing that defensive style, but where he really, really shines is when he's able to take the offensive.
Okay, so looking at the bracket here, it looks like it's going to be Super Friends versus Bumba Snuff. I'm not 100% sure.
Not 100% sure of that?
Yeah, I think it's got mixed up. My bad.
All right, that's my bad. According to Start GG, we will have White Gun versus Bumba Snuff, and then Super Friends versus Mortzy. Just to clarify for everyone in chat.
But yeah, I expect White Gun and Bumba Snuff to be a very high octane match. It's kind of like what you would expect in a match between White Gun and Sarah Blast. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we got that bracket up for you. We are just getting the players ready. So we had talked about White Gun and Bumba Snuff. The other side of losers is Super Friends and Mortzy. And of course, sitting there in winners finals is Blast and Noodle, which is a classic match if you're from the Vancouver area. You definitely remember seeing this in season 1, 2, and 3. But it'll be nice to see it again. It's kind of almost full circle in a way to see both of these players who I saw from not having played at all to being, you know, top 2, top 3 in the Vancouver scene. That's going to be a great one. But it looks like we are ready to get going here with White Gun versus Bumbasnuff.
Exactly. No, I am super, super excited for this match. Because I mean, they both, like, the momentum that both these players are able to exhibit is just, it's fascinating. It's incredible to watch, and I really want to see which one of them kind of gets the upper hand here. My best result for this match is them going back and forth. Like, each of them is so in control, and then it just swaps over to the other one. I think that would just be super fun to watch. Or if they're kind of flip-flopping back and forth throughout the whole match. We are getting underway, and it looks like White Gun has landed the first blow, pushed Bumbasnuff into the corner. The neck break comes down, keeping that pressure on. No, you're not allowed to escape. Cross-cut DP, but speaking of it, Bumbasnuff has a DP of his own, as White Gun into the corner, and we've seen how good Bumba's corner game is here against V-Raj earlier. Now, will White Gun have some different answers, be able to stop this? No, he gets the jump up, but doesn't quite get the punish on the landing frames. DP, and we have switched around again. White Gun punish on the DP, but that does unfortunately put him behind, and he is kind of stuck in the corner here, and they're just trading back and forth. No, doesn't get the DP on that, and this is exactly what we wanted so far. It's just action after action. The activation, looking for the set. Great backdash here by Bumba, and they've just reset back here, looking for the hits. And this is the, no, I was about to say it's the first breather we've had, but no, Bumba turns the fire up, pushing him into the corner. We're looking for one more hit. Whip on the throw, the punish here from White Gun.
Oh my god, what a round. You go ahead and catch your breath on that one. What a back and forth. No clean sequences from either of them. They were just fighting for it every second of that round. I want to see that kind of round, 3 rounds a game, the entire set. Let's go the full distance here.
Let's go the full distance. We want more of this. Now, we have got White Gun in the corner now. If we go off the record, the best one escaping the corner so far has been Bumba, but it is largely because White Gun keeps putting himself in the corner. Now, the DP does come out. It is blocked, gets the optimal punish, and White Gun looking to take it on here. Oh, he just does it. He just does it. Oh, why did that hit? Why did that hit?
I thought they fixed that 3 seasons ago. The multi-hit DPs are not supposed to drop anymore. But wow, White Gun really getting away with murder there. But honestly, I like the adaptation from White Gun there, recognizing that Bumbasnuff on defense is going to go for those big bets, going to go for the EXDP or try to jump out of the corner. And in both cases was able to stop that, and on the back of that take the round. But wow, very unfortunate for Bumba there with that EXDP. He's got to come back from that. White Gun takes game 1.
Yeah, and actually, I think it's the kind of the slowest they've started off here. Now, actually, White Gun has done a great job of just getting the advantage earlier on in the game. But then it usually is Bumba kind of finding his opportunity, getting out of the corner. Oh, he just micro-locked back and got the punish. Fantastic play here, but punish on the fireball. And it's looking to be all White Gun here for right now. Gets the activation. Offs to keep the corner. Great little setup here. No, he puts himself in the corner, but the whip on the throw.
That was such great spacing there to recognize that he still had the space to walk back and bait the shimmy. White Gun takes that round handily. Bumbasnuff's going to have to find some sort of answer here.
And White Gun, just the king of scrambles, looks so comfortable in that corner situation where I'm not going to lie, I had no idea what was going on. Great little punish there on the throw. And he is kind of just keeping Bumba in the corner here, but the dive kick comes out. Oh, he was going for the side switch, but great DP here from White Gun to deny that situation. And the anti-air coming down. They're looking to just set this pressure up. And gets the hit, and we are the calmness before the storm. And it has began. No, the DP on Wake Up. Oh, he was going to go for the 6 side switch combo, but gets the back throw again. It's probably got more corner carry anyways. And we have reset back the neutral here. Oh!
Okay, meter there. That's going to be so important from Bumbasnuff. If he's going to take this round, it's likely going to be on a confirm into super, but spends it anyways, finds his way in. Looking for something. Back throw, is it enough?
One more hit. Now we have seen White Gun just play super well in these situations. Bumba needs to not throw a fireball, and the sonic arrow just comes out. Now, I can't fault him for doing that. He has hit that almost every other time.
Yeah, he's been really good at punishing the forward approach from Bumba with the spiral arrow. Usually it's been EX on fireball, just like that. Now, Bumbasnuff is either does not care about getting hit by the EX spiral arrow, or is so galaxy brain that he wants to bait out the spiral arrows so that White Gun doesn't have meter for DP. If that's really his game plan, that is a next level gambit.
He was prepared.
That said, he's on the back foot now.
Oh, great little whip punish here. That DP buff from a while ago coming out. Now White Gun has put him into the corner. Bumba looking to keep the pressure on. Now, oh, he doesn't side switch that time. Last few times he has gone on the other. He's getting the activation down. Bumba needs it. His corner pressure is very, very good, but White Gun has so much health, and he just sends it. EXDP knocks him down, and he's gone up 2 games against Bumba.
All right, Bumba is going to have to dig deep here. Honestly, has not had that bad of a time. It's just White Gun has been getting more of those edge cases, really calling out the defensive choices from Bumba Snuff. Bumba Snuff really has to change it up here. Playing this neutral game is really tough, especially as a Fireball character versus Cammy. As soon as she has the meter stocked, that Fireball should be off the table. We'll see what Bumba Snuff has in store here. Game 3.
I get kind of this round going the same as kind of the others. It usually is White Gun getting the first hit, but actually, no, Bumba has kind of flipped the script a bit here. Usually does get pushed into the corner, but he's managed to set it here. Great DP, knowing his range is so well. It's kind of, I think he was looking for a shimmy there. Doesn't quite get the hit on it. A nice confirm off of the lights, and he's pushing him slowly towards, trying to bait out these normals. The White Gun just knowing his spacing very well, but no, the just the regular spiral arrow is gonna get punished. Bumba's pushing him into the corner, and White Gun does not have the most health, but that V trigger is the comeback thing of the century, but no, the tick throw.
Yeah, great air-to-air there from Bumba Snuff to stop the V-trigger dive kick. It was really on the back of that he was able to get that last sequence, the tick, into the throw. Takes that round, is staying alive here. White Gun really trying to push back here.
Oh, no. Ooh, yeah, okay. The hit rate on that has gone down significantly. He needs to stop on that because he's just been getting punished hugely for it. And
yeah, Bumba about looking... a quarter life for that. Bumba now, you can see this renewed confidence here. Just really holding this corner position, but no check on the dash. Spending the meter side switch. White Gun looking confident again.
Yeah, and White Gun is so scary in the situations. The amount of times he's just flopped back and forth in the corner here has been impressive. Ooh, gets the hit on that. The overhead is blocked, and the great punish is going to come out here. Gets the setup, and he's looking to keep that pressure on. Jump over. Oh, doesn't quite get the confirm into more, but the throw comes down, and Bumba does have control of the corner. Gets the counter hit, and he's put himself on the board. It looks like we have got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, non-binary pals.
A couple of 3-0s. I was looking a bit worried there, but Bumba Snuff fights back, puts one on the board. White Gun, I don't think is going to be deterred. I don't think it's going to be shaken at all. The game plan has mostly been working out, but we'll see. Bumba Snuff here. This might be the start of the momentum he needs to carry through and take the set. We'll see if White Gun has anything to say about it. Okay, now, all right, has the confirm this time. He still believes in that, and that's important.
Yeah, no, he is kind of just keeping the control in the corner here. This is actually the most confident he's looked early. The amount of times White Gun has put himself into the corner and then got out of the corner again is absolutely ridiculous. It's a key thing to highlight. He's really good at mixing it up and just resetting himself into an advantageous position, and the momentum, just all White Gun here.
Yeah, okay, what an answer from that first game. Like you were saying, White Gun, not afraid to put himself into the corner, because Cammy's one of those characters that has a lot of options to just, you know, all of a sudden be on the other side of you. You know, he likes to reset with Hooligan a lot and either go for the low or go for the dive kick. But that DP scouted by Bumba Snuff, looking great in this round. The overhead, max range it looked like. Is that going to be enough?
Oh, just on the dot. And we've seen a complete swap. This is what I was hoping for. White Gun completely controlling the first game, and now Bumba completely in control of that second one here, because both of them, they get the hit. The momentum is absolutely insane from these players. The X Spiral Arrow does hit, and actually White Gun looking to control the corner here. Can Bumba find his escape? But no, so many hits coming down here from White Gun. He's keeping the pressure on. Look at that side, he's mixing him up. I don't know where he is, but Bumba just knows when to press, gets the hit. And actually confirmed enough for White Gun.
From that B-skill run. Oh, he's looking for the crush counter again.
Oh no, now Bumba has managed to escape the last few times here, but White Gun gonna keep the pressure on. Bumba has fully escaped. It's looking to be in his favor, but no, does get the hit. Oh, I think it activated and maybe killed from that combo. The activation's down. Bumba needs to not throw a fireball.
Oh, and there it was. Unfortunate. The one thing he shouldn't have done is the one thing he did do, and there you go. White Gun is gonna take it. 3-1, staying alive in this bracket. Of course, White Gun got third place in our last bracket last month, so no surprise really that he's still staying strong, still pushing through despite being knocked into losers. He was in winner's side for a lot longer last time, but you know, hats off to Bumba Snuff, playing well. The sole representative from Manitoba, but you love to see it. Second top 8 as well, so is building up those points, is looking good for qualifying for that final event in December. But yeah, what a great match. Exactly what we wanted is exactly what ended up happening. A lot of back and forth, some great scramble situations, especially that first round. Wow, what a match.
Yeah, I think that match has made me realize you guys should hire me as an auctioneer. I will sell so many things. It's going to be
lung
sick.
Capacity was great. Wow, well done.
But yeah, going on to our next match here. Now, speaking of lone representatives, we are moving on to our lone representative from Saskatchewan here, Super Friends. Is sitting in there. He's going up against Mortzy, trying to stop the BC domination of this bracket. And I'm really excited for this match because I think how it's going to start is Mortzy's going to kind of, play with his setup, see what he can get away with on Super Friends. And if he does manage to deny that, I think the neutral game we're going to see between these two players is just going to be excellent. Mortzy obviously knows his range. You saw it in that last match that he had where he was just able to kind of switch. He's like, all right, we're just playing neutral. We're just going to use the buttons. But if you have someone who can compete with that, it is Super Friends. He is the flowchart Ryu. He completely understands where his ranges are. He knows how to preemptively interrupt. And I really hope he does know the Fang matchup so we can get that neutral game, because I think it'll be just beautiful to watch and a completely different dynamic than what we just saw.
Yeah, okay, Super Friends already, the statement of intent is they have started that round by walking forward.
No
DP out of nowhere.
We're going crazy here.
All right, make him afraid of it is Super Friends' game plan apparently, is like, make your opponent have to think about it. And look at that, has the life lead here. Can you really fault him for the choices here? Looking for stun, V-shift here. Break, no go.
They're kind of keeping it down here. Actually, the fireball hit rate has been very high so far, but Mortzy has kind of found a few answers here. Great whip punish. And he's looking for a little bit more. The stun is off the table for the rest of the round here, and Mortzy's looking to make that comeback. Fang comebacks do take a little bit. He doesn't do the most damage, but he has managed to tie up the life bars here. Super Friend trying to find his approach. Out of range there to go into more, but Mortzy gets the confirm on here. And Super Friends is sitting one hit away, but no, catches the slide.
Wow.
Great awareness here from Super Friends to take that first game.
Yeah, you can see Mortzy went with the up balls, picking the farthest distance, thinking that Super Friends was going to stay back and that he'd be able to push a mix-up. But Super Friends had that mid-range, walked forward, avoided it entirely, and was able to throw the command dash. Mortzy here looked a little bit frazzled in that round, sort of stabilized towards the end, but Super Friends is so aggressive and it is working out.
Yeah, no, looking great so far, and a great competition. No, he just walks up DPs, calls out the fireball. But no, I was about to say Mortzy can switch up the corner, but unfortunately he's lost his corner situation. Just a Tatsu Raw. I'm not sure exactly what he was trying to catch out with there. Mortzy does get the mix-ups. Nobody knows where he is. The setups are coming down. Oh, nice break on the throw here from Super Friends, though. He's got to get that stun meter down, but no. Oh, no, Mortzy drops it. He could have the stun there, but does get it anyways, and finishes that round off with just a nice throw.
Yep, back throw, builds the most meter. Great stuff from Mortzy there. You can see him stabilizing here. Super Friends has, obviously displayed a lot of unorthodox options, going for those dash forwards, going for those DPs out of nowhere, but you can see is maybe starting to slow down there, because Mortzy now has to think about those unorthodox options, and that gives the space for Super Friends to play a slower game.
Yeah, and we've seen just how well he excels at it, just really getting good hit confirms, kind of really understands his range. Obviously, the donkey kick there was kind of the exception, but no, he is blocking these situations, he is stopping them, and we actually just are kind of returning to just a neutral game here. Now, Super Friends to take a fair amount of damage off that trade, dashes through it, does not care about the poison, looking to get the advantage. And Mortzy, he does get the anti-air. Nice little confirm there. And he gets the hit. It's coming down. Super Friends is one hit off the stun here. Whip on the sweep, but doesn't get fully punished for it. Now he is kind of one hit away here. And no, Mortzy quicker on the trigger. And does take our first game.
There was just excellent control from Mortzy from the midpoint of that round onwards. Was able to walk Super Friends down to the corner. Even though Super Friends was doing well in defensive situations, like for example was able to block that V-trigger mix-up, Mortzy was still able to just walk him down, hold the corner, really put him in a situation where Super Friends didn't have any really great activation routes. It honestly might be stand medium kick in this matchup if the cloud is down, but that's something that Super Friends has to lab out, has to know in advance. You can't really come up with it on the fly.
No, exactly. I mean, I've kind of, just returned to this neutral game. I do love the space control both these players are doing in great preemptive crouching medium kicks. He's got a pretty good read on Mortsy's timing so far and is able to take a lot out of it. But no, Mortsy going to get kind of the corner control. No corner control now. Dash up DP. But now Mortsy has taken it anyway. V reversal coming down. Super Friends has turned the situation around. Looking very, very good. Trying to keep it on here. But no, a crush counter here from Mortsy. Looking for the setup. Hits the overhead. And he's got those confirms looking absolutely deadly. Now, Super Friends is looking for one more interaction here. But no, unfortunately, Mortsy does get the hit. And you just see Mortsy is kind of playing with his momentum a little bit better. Able to capitalize on the situations. And he is coming out on top as a result.
Yeah, the mid-range is nasty, the mix-up are nasty, and forcing certain defensive choice from Super Friends is also great. You know, Super Friends has gone to the V-reversal, gone to the V-shift break, and every one of those is absolutely music to Mortsy's ears. That means he can push forward, he can be more aggressive if there's no threat of activation from Super Friends. And right now, he just looks so comfortable here. Stun is a threat. Holding the corner, the jump out is not going to go. Mortsy, just harassing. Yeah, just let him know.
Let him know. He's figured out the timing. He knows when the Super Friends is trying to press him. Mortsy just looking so comfortable now. The anti-air comes down. Nice break, though. God, using those fireballs. And now he can kind of just relax. He doesn't need to do anything drastic. It's all on Super Friends. And, I mean, that's what you got to do. But, yeah, that fireball barely tips him. The activation gives him activation. Wait, that was kind of sick. And he's got the thing down there. But, no, Mortsy stops that. But that activation on the sweep was so smart.
Yeah, there were some great ideas from Super Friends there. The counter on the cloud, just the DP out of nowhere. Took the trade on the up ball, still ended up living, still had a chance. The activation there to stay safe. Unfortunately, sometimes, you just run into light kick.
Yeah, you just run into light kick, and then life kind of sucks.
Yeah. All right. So that is game 2 for Mortsy, I believe.
Yeah, no, I think that is game 2 for Mortsy here. Super Friends looking to try and keep it alive, but God has got to climb quite the mountain. Got to win 3 games in a row to keep Saskatchewan alive. But no, it's looking so much in the favor of Mortsy here early on. The blocks from Super Friends and the cross-ups has been very, very good so far. Only really getting hit in the first couple rounds, and now he has made the adaptations. But he needs to kind of change up his timing. Mortsy has a read on him. He's calling the jump outs, not getting hit by the crouching medium kicks as much. Oh, and great whiff punish.
All right, you can see Mortsy looking very comfortable here, going for the cheeky mix-up, gets the side switch with the cloud out, and just like that, Mortsy is on match point.
Yeah, no, Mortsy on fire here so far, looking to knock Super Friends and Saskatchewan out of the bracket to continue the BC dominance, because if he does win here, the rest of our bracket is completely BC. It's all 4 BC representatives.
All the way down. But Super Friends gonna do his darndest to make sure that doesn't happen. Looking for it, looking for that DP.
That's spicy, but I respect it. He has had a very good hit rate on it so far. No, Mortsy just kind of controlling this mid-game here, not really letting Super Friends get anything started, but EXDP now, he needs to kind of momentum changes into something. Crush counter comes out, resets it, looking for the jumping, gets his hit, and he is looking to keep this momentum going, kind of stops. Oh, but Mortsy goes through the fireball, and he has knocked him down, but charges it up a little bit, comes up with the throw. Can Super Friends do this? He's looking so comfortable so far, but Mortsy kind of pacing back, making Super Friends make it actually kind of finish off this round, and he's almost got the light total step up, but doesn't get the whip punish, does not get the jump over, and the activation here from Mortsy doesn't lead into more, and they're trying to finish this off. And the pressure here from that, we've reset back to neutral here, runs into the fireball, was looking for that run-up DP like he's gotten before. And now he's just so scared of the thing, it doesn't die. No! He's out of range! He did the wrong DP on that, and he had the right read, but just the wrong spacing and the wrong DP choice on that. And Mortsy stifles his dream, goes out 3-0, and continues his way on to loser semifinals to play against White Gun and our now BC-dominated top 4.
Well, look at this. This is just a monthly tournament for me now. This top 4 is looking mighty familiar.
Oh, no.
Super Friends there had the hope and dreams of Saskatoon, Alberta, and Manitoba on his back.
Top of him, because unfortunately, our 2 Alberta representatives did go out in the first round of losers. And then in losers quarters, we had the Manitoba and Saskatchewan representatives. They went out. I'm not going to lie. The BC domination is kind of going off right now. I'm a little sad, proud Albertan man. Not actually, this province sucks, but you didn't hear me say that? Anyways.
No, the BC pride is strong here. You love to see it. An all BC top 4. We'll take a quick look at the bracket there. As you can see, Ceroblast is going to go up against Noodle. If this bracket has been any indication, it's going to be Ken versus Luke. And over there in the losers bracket is actually a rematch from top 8 of last week. It's White Gun versus Mortzy. But I believe if before we go to that top 4, we are going to take a break, run some ads, get production a little break in there as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a little bit with the top 4 of your World Warrior ranking event for Canada West. Don't go anywhere.
Take care.
He got him! First data sets mom in that corner. Oh, he got him with the open up! Do it!
He actually tried to EX Eagle Spike to stuff out the trigger.
He was like 3 for 3 on the overhead. That is death, yeah.
Reset. Oh God, careful, careful.
Wow. Found the challenge right there too. Blocks the burst. That's a wrap. That is unfortunate for Rat. Packing up. That first game is said and done. Adventure.
Ooh, here we go. This is the party starter. DP. Look at that wall break.
Beautiful shimmy there from Mike Saptic, but the back throw. Hello? Wait, detonate.
Oh, what? Did they? Did they? Oh, what did they do it? Did they, with all the shots of the Glock, let him rock? Is Desperado with the hollow? Just needs one touch? You know, he's just having fun right now, playing with his food, but will the predator become the prey?
Yeah,
Was he
just
today?
Watch out here. Yeah, there was no concentration, but the clone was the problem here. Oh, please,
Amazing. Gonna save you, son. It's in the corner.
Look, you understand
Adventure.
If Dende dies, that means no more Dragon Ball. Y'all
That's
better
true.
be rooting for Dende.
No more wishes. No more wishes. I wish for some. I wish for a DP. I wish for a reversal.
To be 0.6 centimeters taller. That's it.
I can't grant that wish. I wish to be on the losers bracket. Your wish is granted.
Oh no, the muted mic curse.
We're muted
strikes
again. We're muted again. It's double the tech, but welcome back, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed the fresh clips you just saw there. It's a compilation of the top 3 of the contest we've kind of been talking about, but I'd like to welcome you all back for our top 4 of the Capcom World Warriors for Canada West. But of course, and again, I was talking about the community clips contest. You guys see anything cool clips, as you just saw there, anything the casters say that you might find even remotely funny, that would really help my ego, I would greatly appreciate it. And you guys find any of those, the top 3 of those will be chosen. You get to get featured in a cool video like that, and you get a subscription to the channel. And I gotta say, that's a pretty banger deal.
Yep, of course. We also want to give some thanks to Hori. Go ahead and throw !Hori in the chat. Pick up that link. If you're at all looking for a new fighting stick, give them a look. And as you can see there, you get $10 off the purchase of any shirt with the purchase of a fight stick. And those shirts look mighty great. I might pick one up just cause.
And of course, this is the Capcom World Warrior event, as we've been going on about for so long. So this is a regional thing that the Capcom has been putting on. There are 6 events, and every one you enter, you get points based on how you do. You make at least 1 point, no matter how you do. Making top 8 will give you even more. And at the end of it, you are added to a local leaderboard, and then the top 8 from that will compete in an invitational at the end of it. And the winner of this does go on to Capcom Cup. This is a super cool program because it is in 26 different regions. So the quality of players and just the diversity we're going to see at Capcom Cup this year because of this is super cool. And of course, you all are watching the Canada West for this, which is a region that I admit hasn't got to see the most talent because we don't have, we're too big. We're just too big for how many people we have. So it is awesome to see a thing like this where we can just showcase the talent that Canada has here.
Yeah, I like your reminder on the stakes there, because of course, this is a really nice community feel to this event. You know, it's just like a ranking battle, one every month, and it feels a little bit casual, but you got to remember that there is a spot at Capcom Cup at stake here. So, you know, there is a lot to play for, and these players are putting it all on the line. We're getting into our top 4. Of course, we're going to start with winners finals. It's going to be Ceroblast versus Noodle. So I've said before in the broadcast, but in case you weren't here, Noodle is a player from BC, lives out in Vancouver Island, which is, you know, probably like 3 hours travel time to get to Vancouver proper for locals, monthlies, stuff like that. So I haven't seen Noodle in a couple of years, and I honestly didn't know whether or not he was playing, but as we've seen tonight, is looking absolutely in top shape, has picked up Luke like many a strong player has, and we'll see how it fares versus Ceroblast. Of course, Ceroblast needs no introduction. Won our first ranking event, is looking great because she won it from loser side last time and is winner side this time. Honestly, everything is stacked up for her. It'll really be an upset if anyone can take the event over her. But, you know, it might all start with this winter finals.
Exactly. It's great to see him. We have kind of highlighted Noodle is playing just such a great fundamentals game earlier. We saw his match against White Gun where he honestly kind of just stopped White Gun from getting anything started. The control just looks so concise. And if you need a contest to see how well you're controlling, how well you understand things, Ceroblast is just that, because there's even a slight hole in your defense. Ceroblast is in there and you are going to explode.
Okay, we can see Noodle starting off sort of uncharacteristically aggressive here, pushing towards the corner, really trying to take advantage from the passive play from Ceroblast so far. Finding a great spot on defense. Yeah, the aggression is working out so well, but a great jump from Cero, honestly, gets her out. And now she has the corner, and this is exactly where she goes to work. Oh, was looking for a safe jump.
Yeah, starting out early here, but no, but we're just right back in the corner here. Cero looking very comfortable here. But yeah, as you said, the aggression from Noodle, looking for those preemptive opportunities to get something done. I didn't quite get a lot off of that combo. Another little hit coming down, and is looking to try and finish this off here. But no, Cero just playing very safe, just kind of playing that defensive style. And it's so great to see Cero just switches between that incredibly aggressive, run you down to the corner kind of style, and then just plays that great fundamentals there. Played it patient, slight little backwalk here, great whip punish to finish it off here. This diversity of play is just so fantastic.
We'll see if Noodle can have an answer here. Honestly, the game plan was going pretty well, but you know, it's the edge cases like those there, pulling out the EXDP to punish the fireball, has the corner, looking great here. Crush counter, that's going to be a stun. A lot of damage here. And really one more interaction will do it.
Yeah, Ceroblast is quite the mountain to climb here. No, the throw not quite going to kill. Looking for one more here. Oh, the DP comes down. Side switch. And this is how you have to get it started, but miss time the meaty.
Yeah, just devastating there. Like very mischaracterized for Cero to mistime that meaty there. Honestly, it could have all snowballed from there, but Noodle taking full advantage here, pushing to the corner in this round, is looking to take that first game, which would be such a good way to start off the set, really, to put yourself in a commanding position. All right.
Particularly against a player like Ceroblast, and actually it looks like Noodle is trying to keep it up here. The DP activation, don't quite get the punish on it.
No punish. I think went for a stand jab as a punish, and that might actually be 1 frame too slow to punish. And just like that, Cero is pushing now close to the corner, another throw, and it could all go downhill from here.
Yeah, his comeback's mounting. Noodle needs to play solid here. Don't take too many risks. Great little backdash there, punish on the throw, and it is Noodle taking the first game against Ceroblast. And I think this really kind of paints the picture of what kind of set we're going to see here.
Yeah, these two have played many a time in a local tournament offline, but that has been years in the past at this point. So we might see an adjustment here if Cero is not used to playing Noodle in this version of the game, especially with a character like Luke. But we'll see. If there's anything Ceroblast can do here, it's definitely adapt.
I know, definitely known for that throughout the years. Kind of just trading back and forth here. Yeah, definitely Noodle kind of dominating kind of dictating the pace here early on with a lot of preemptive pokes. Now, it is kind of good early on when you can get the hits, but when you're playing against a player like Ceroblast, she can adapt. She can find the timing that you're looking to throw out those things and gets a great jump in there. And I think it's just kind of down to Noodle. Maybe needs to kind of switch up the timing a little bit. Don't take too many risks. Because if Cero does get the read, it's spooky.
Yeah. Life was more or less even there before that V-skill into the step kick. Noodle, activation now. It's been interesting. The V-trigger activations haven't necessarily spelt a lot of damage for Noodle. It's really just been more about neutral control and pressure after the activation, but Ceroblast has really just been able to take that away entirely and is going to take this first round of game 2.
Yeah, great little confirms there early on, and you can see it is like kind of Noodle dictating the pace a lot of the time, but just Ceroblast coming out better in interactions, getting more damage, usually just getting more reward. And it's just kind of been the tale of the tapes here, because you see Noodle dominating early on, but that DP comes out and Ceroblast has already basically evened up the health, and it's kind of turning the situation around.
Yeah, every round has been a lot of back and forth right now, except for that one round that Noodle almost won in a perfect. But really, it's been great sequences from all of them. Crush counter, gets the activation, the corner switch as well, but mistimes the meaty, and you do not want to give Cero that chance. Busting out now.
Yeah, sending out the DP there. All the confirm comes down from Cero, and it is looking like dire straits here for Noodle. Needs to guess right, but no, the meaty finishes it off here. And we are tied up 1-1 apiece. And if you want to see adaptations, folks, well, you got them right here.
Yeah, that meaty was great. The corner itself beforehand was great. You really see the strength of Ken as a character. The corner carry is just ridiculous. That was almost coast to coast in one single combo. And on the back of that, Ceroblast is going to tie it up 1-1.
All right, let's see here.
I could definitely see this set go in the distance. Last game, last round. Let's see if it comes to fruition here.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, as long as Noodle can kind of adjust his timing and understand where his aggressive pacing needs to be, yeah, I think we're going all the way, and it's going to be just small adaptations back and forth. Ooh. Yeah, kind of keeping the pressure on here. Yeah, Noodle kind of still just taking the forefront here. It does get punished on the DP. Ceroblast has been able to punish that pretty consistently so far. As a very good read when Noodle wants to throw out the DP after pressure. Or sorry, the fireball.
Yeah, it's been interesting for this entire round. There hasn't really been a very long sequence of events from one player, except for right now when Ceroblast ends up taking it. But usually there have been like a big combo, and then the player makes the right defensive choice, also picks up a big combo, and then the other player makes the right defensive choice. It's interesting to see how well these two have scouted out what the other player wants to do in so little time.
Yeah, I know it is. It's just immaculate to see because, yeah, it's not like they're both like relying on kind of the same strategy so far. Like there has been changes. Noodle's been changing up his aggressive timing. Ceroblast has been kind of switching it up on the defense. And when they do get the offense, you just see mix-ups like this, the corner carry. It's very, very scary. And I think that kind of has been the key so far. When Ceroblast has the advantage, she's been able to just kind of turn it into a lot. We have gone kind of back and forth where each one gets kind of a big combo, but usually Ceroblast is coming out just narrowly on top of that, and that's exactly what she's been mounting up to the win so far. Otherwise, as you've said, it's very back and forth. There's no player that's kind of solidly in control of this. It's just Ceroblast is just kind of just that slight bit more when they do have the offense.
Yeah, if anything, between that last round, the momentum is building for Ceroblast, but we can see Noodle slowing it down now, really playing this mid-range game, but unfortunately gets crush countered, and this could be all Cero this round. All right, back to the mid-range game here, closer to the corner though, a crush counter, and you can see Cero turning it on, and immediately there's the answer there from Noodle, really wanting to stop the activity, force the game into a slower pace, finds the activation, empty jump low, we haven't seen that yet. Okay, dashing forward now. A bit more of aggression from Noodle.
Oh, the activation. Oh, the corner carry is so insane. That was the three-quarter screen.
Yeah, okay, just harassing here. Yeah, taking advantage of that V-Trigger 1 fireball. Finds the hit. Gets the round. Ceroblast is on match point. Noodle's going to have to dig deep here.
Yeah, we've just kind of seen a key difference here. Where Noodle is usually coming out of the gate very early on and gets the control. He only kind of got it for a little bit at the beginning there, then Cero just stole it right back. And we see just at the beginning here, that's coming to fruition. Cero won the beginning of the game interaction and has now turned this into a very scary corner situation here for Noodle. Now Noodle is kind of fighting back, looking to use the V skill. Oh, the DP! Oh, I thought the fireball would take too long to recover. That was a bit terrifying.
Yeah, what a choice there from Ceroblast, but honestly, not too punished for it. Has the corner, is pushing for it. The grand final spot at stake here.
Yeah, the patience.
Ceroblast.
Oh, finds the opportunity here. Yeah, just forcing Noodle to make the decisions. And then Ceroblast is going for those reads, getting those punishes. As you see, she's just playing patient. She's making Noodle dictate this, and that's what's going to put him at risk. That's what Ceroblast is probably looking for, a jump in or a whiff punish.
She's playing slow. I think she is looking for the jab confirm into super. It is something she is wont to do, especially when she's streaming ranked, but don't give Noodle the chance. He will absolutely make it happen here. He's going to have to find another solid hit or two. Oh, almost had it. I guarantee you that crouch light kick was supposed to be super. In any case, Ceroblast is going to take it 3-1 over Noodle. She is sitting pretty in grand finals. Winner side. Of course, Noodle, still alive in the bracket, is going to go down to the losers bracket and is going to be awaiting the winner of White Gun versus Mortzy. Now, I mentioned that right when we came back from break, but White Gun and Mortzy is a rematch of what happened last week in winner side of the bracket, and White Gun did end up taking that, which I wouldn't say is a giant upset, but most of the times you would expect Mortzy to take that round. And we'll see if Mortzy's made any sort of strategic changes to his game plan going into this match, knowing that it's pretty likely he would run into White Gun in the bracket again at some point. If not this event, then, you know, the future 3 ranking events as well. But it'll be interesting to see how it turns out this time.
No, exactly. I'm very, very excited to see it. It is a great match where we've saw like White Gun, just very aggressive, knows how to get in, and it's going to be kind of be on Mortzy. Can he shut that down? Because when we've seen Mortzy's able to take control of the game, he's able to just hold the mid range, use his normals. But then if you let him take advantage, the mix-ups come out, the setups come out. Now, I don't think we'll maybe see as much of that because White Gun is just so willing to like make that read on defense. He's willing to kind of call out the setup and find the weakness.
Exactly.
So we might see just a kind of like a more of a mid-range control here style from Mortzy, unless he really manages to get into White Gun's head.
And not for nothing, too, this matchup is kind of rough for Fong. You know, over the years, Fong has been incrementally buffed, and Cammy has been very incrementally nerfed. But the matchup has still remained heavily in her favor, just on the strength of EX Spiral Arrow alone, honestly, and Stand Medium Kick being able to punish Cloud. Makes it very hard for Fong, but Mortzy, of course, will have played this matchup so many times. We'll see if he can stem the tide of White Gun's offense. All right, finds a sweep, though. This could be the turn. Takes the life lead with that interaction, I think. Okay. Ooh, stand medium kick. The second hit to stop the dive kick. These niche anti-airs are really coming in handy here. You see the jump back. He is looking to the skies now. Unfortunately, wasn't able to stop the V-trigger dive kick.
Yeah, I know that. Like,
the hit.
Oh no, that's tragic.
Didn't have
The
it.
activation comes out. Mortzy getting down. Unfortunately, Fang damage is not the highest in the game, but he does get the cross up there. And oh, what an unfortunate DP there from White Gun.
Yeah, a real heartbreaker for White Gun, but the fact that Mortzy was able to keep it together and make that comeback was really the strength of those anti-airs earlier in the round to keep the life totals competitive. All right, finds a back throw here, but honestly, I think accidentally hit the wrong strength of up balls and is gonna find himself on defense. The medium kick has been so integral to Mortzy's defense in this match. Flying here, goes for the early drop, finds a hit, has to think about the EX dive kick here. White Gun wanted the punish. Not gonna go. Mortzy looking very comfortable.
All the setup. Oh no, not this time. That's like he's willing to make those hard reads on defense. EX Spiral Arrow comes down, and White Gun has pulled out all the stops. He's looking to finish this off in absolutely stunning fashion, but no, Mortzy does manage to keep it together on literally no health.
Yeah, that defense was amazing from Mortzy. There was that EX Spiral Arrow at just the tip range, so it probably wasn't punishable, and there was some great recognition there from Mortzy not to challenge in that situation versus Cammy's 3-frame button. And, you know, just had the great decision after that, ends up taking it. Mortzy is up 1-0, looking a lot more comfortable in this matchup than he did last week.
Yeah, no, exactly. Looking to just definitely more in control, kind of stopping White Gun from making these approaches. And as you said, the niche anti-airs, I think, have been the most fun thing to watch. He's really understanding how White Gun wants to approach, and he's found the button for each situation. Because Fang actually does have pretty good anti-airs, but they're very weird to use, particularly against a character like Cammy that can change her air momentum.
Yeah. Okay, there's the first time I think we've seen it not work there against the EX dive kick. All right, White Gun snowballing now. Stun is a factor. Chasing down the V-shift.
And he's dead.
All right, that is exactly the type of round White Gun needed to get back into his pace, get back into his momentum. We'll see if he can put another one together here. Oh, and he's taken the costume code. The shawl is off. That is the limiter release for White Gun. He's serious now.
He knows he's got the momentum. He's feeling himself. And man, that is not where you want White Gun to be. The shimmy on the throw. And he's looking so dominant so far. Kind of not letting Mortzy interrupt him at all. He was so close in that punish there. Gets his confirm, and he's looking at one more hit away from the stun here. The anti-air from Mortzy. Okay, Mortzy has slowed White Gun down, looking to try and take the pressure back here, push him into the corner here, but White Gun is having none of it. Gets his hit, gets into his confirmed throw coming down, and that finishes it off.
Yeah, White Gun has just absolutely got Mortzy's tempo dialed in that last game. In that last round in particular, I think had a successful crouch jab interruption every single time Mortzy went for a pressure reset. That was really great stuff from White Gun. He's paying so much attention. All the focus there is on stopping Mortzy's approach, and it's been working out. 1-1. Wow, what a set.
Yeah, no, I think a really interesting thing too, you kind of highlighted on, is just White Gun's finding a way to navigate through these anti-airs. Mortzy's adaptation was he did find these anti-airs, like the jump there, like that was just a great example here. But White Gun, you see he's slowly adapting. He's figuring out how to kind of maneuver, look for Fang's kind of weak spots, his dead spots, and his normals. And he's doing just a fantastic job.
Okay, you can see Mortzy trying to slow it down here, setting up shop, got the cloud out, finds a crush counter, and is pushing to the corner. Okay, White Gun, the interruptions have been on point.
Yeah, really able to escape the corner in just so many situations. As a result of that, he's looking for the shimmy on the throw there, but Mortsy has made the adaptation. He's not kind of doing it there because he realizes White Gun is looking specifically for that, and he has done it multiple times. Man, the hit confirms are coming down here from White Gun. Gets the throw. Oh, he slides out of there. He's having...
Oh, and it's enough! That, exactly, right there. That's a portrait of this matchup, of how it's supposed to go. Had the V-trigger ready, had the reactions to activate, and still had the time to punish that V-skill. White Gun's looking great here, is firmly taking back the momentum, but we'll see if Mortsy can put something together here. Looking for a sequence. Yeah, not trying to set up shop, because he recognizes that White Gun can so quickly interrupt that. Is really just looking to push it in, get closer to the corner here, and start pressure rather than trying to play a full-screen game. That said, the V-shift from Cammy, still one of the better ones in the game, despite it being punishable on block. People are so seldom ready for it. Okay, Mortsy staying alive here. Threat of stun is gone now. Anti-air was on point, looking for it.
That was so scary. Now does get the anti-air, and Mortsy has kind of gone back to that. He's just denying White Gun's approach. That is where he saw the most success. His pressure's been good, but mostly when he's been focusing on moving White Gun into the corner. When he's not trying to really mix him up, not really look for the hit, he's more just trying to slowly pressure him away and put White Gun in a position where he can't do his jump outs. He can't do his crazy shenanigans, because White Gun is very good at making that happen.
Okay, you see there, the EXDP from White Gun means that Mortsy has more leeway in here to set up shop. That said, there was an immediate activation from White Gun to shut off that option again. That said, Mortsy's still looking great. Any hit will do it. Just
nice
has to stay solid on defense. The jump back was absolutely looking for it. Great stuff to Mortsy there, and he's going to take game 3. He is up 2-1. Can he flip the script from last week?
Yeah, I realized you kind of like highlighted earlier like that standing medium punch was kind of his earlier anti-air option, but now the air-to-airs, because he realized White Gun's kind of staying in the air a little bit longer, or he's doing it like very preemptively, just letting it go. So the air-to-air has allowed Mortsy to adapt to that timing and kind of just look for a better anti-air option in that space. Now it's kind of done to, well, will White Gun kind of switch back what he's doing before and force Mortsy onto a different anti-air slew of options?
Okay, great counter hit here, catches him grounded, has the corner now. White Gun is absolutely undeterred, not looking shaken, has the interrupt, snowballing here, looking for anything, gets the cross up too, and corner position back. Oh, there was a punish on that EX command dash, but not much. Stun.
Get the hit.
It's still a factor. Wow, what a shimmy there.
Back to it. Yeah, that shimmy is something White Gun's been going for quite a bit. Mortsy was kind of adapting to it earlier, not really falling for it, but it has come back to it. Mortsy did unfortunately put the throw, and that shimmy just comes out great here from White Gun. His hit rate on it has been fantastic so far.
Yeah, the earlier shimmies White Gun was going for was your classic, you know, walk forward, walk back, really trying to bait them into it. And that was the first time he went for one by dashing forward and dashing back, really taking advantage of Mortsy's reaction to that dash and that panic that comes with that. That said, Mortsy looking great here, wanting to take this to game 3, of course. To round 3, rather. Yeah, it's looking great in this round. The activation already happens, not going to matter. Gets the hit, and Mortsy is on match point.
Cheeky little cross-up. Oh, nice air-to-air here from White Gun this time. Gets the throw. Kind of slowly looking and trying to work Mortsy through that corner. And that trade actually kind of went in Mortsy's favor here. Gave him the spacing back, but no, the EX dive kick comes down, throws her out, and White Gun is looking to be online here. Mortsy needs to put a stop to this. Oh, flying in, trying to get it in. Nice anti-airs coming out here from Mortsy so far, and White Gun's kind of reset here, looking for the fireballs, going in, does not get the EX spiral, instead goes for the Boolean flip.
Okay, activation there. Mortsy threw out the V-skill looking to get enough to activate, and that was such a brave V-skill because White Gun had all the resources to punish it, but still a lot of gauge left here from Mortsy. Just gets hit though, and White Gun is going to tie it up 2-2. Wow, Mortsy honestly could have put it away there with, you know, one mix-up, another stun, super. That would have been it, but White Gun is taking us to game 5.
Oh, exactly.
First game 5, I believe.
I think, yeah, no, it is. We mostly had, we've had all 3 O's or 3 1s tonight. This is the first, potentially 3-2 for either player.
All right, starting it off. Mortsy scouting at the jump, setting up shop, jumping over the dive kick. A little bit of an interesting interaction there. Didn't have an air-to-air ready. Okay, standing punch maybe to anti-air there. It traded, but anything is better than getting hit by the dive kick. The shimmy, no go. Mortsy is staying solid on defense here. V-skill, very brave. The anti-air was ready this time, but he's still in the corner. Wow, what a confirm on that fierce.
He pulled him out of that. It's coming up all White Gun. But no, Mortsy does get the spacing on it. White Gun's trying to look to control this corner here. Activation needs to come down here from Mortsy. He's looking to turn the pressure around. He does have White Gun locked down. He's just playing a keep away game, but no, you can't do that when he's got Spiral online, particularly in V-Trigger. It's so scary. Woo.
Pressure now. Anything will do it for White Gun, and a regular DP out of the reset. That is the type of choice that is going to put you into losers finals. Can White Gun take this last round? Mortsy's got to find something.
Yeah, Mortsy needs to get this pressure going because the offense has just been going so right here for White Gun. The dive kicks are connecting more often. He's turning those situations into something for him. And Mortsy just has been kind of almost relying on this kind of keep out game. And unfortunately, White Gun, he's getting in just straight up.
See another answer there with the regular spiral arrow punishing the light cloud.
Deep, that was sick.
The chase downs are so relentless. Stun is still a threat despite all the time and space. Okay, has a little bit of time now to make something happen. No meter and no V-trigger available for White Gun. This is really where Mortsy's going to have to get started.
Yeah, no, he's getting chipped by these air-to-airs, and I think White Gun's going to take it.
That's gonna do it. White Gun, wow, what a comeback. Mortsy was looking so comfortable through game 1 and 2, and White Gun was just able to turn it on. Like I said, the costume code, it just changes something in it. He just goes goblin mode all of a sudden.
His goblin mode, he's ready. You
so hard to anti-air.
Yeah, you see it come down. I think that, yeah, that was just the name of the game. Like, Mortsy did such a fantastic job. It looked like he spent some time with the matchup. He was getting those kind of, niche anti-airs. He was hitting in certain angles. He really understood just how to cover all of them. Because, yeah, Fangit, again, has pretty good anti-airs, but they're weirdly specific. You have to really know how to use them. And even the air-to-airs were fantastic. But as we saw throughout the set, the costume code came off. White Gun completely adapted. He knew how to find the dead spots, was not letting Mortsy anti-air him pretty much anymore. And it kind of just came up good. And that is Mortsy going out here and White Gun moving on. But of course, we got to highlight the Matcherino. Get it in there. Exclamation Matcherino in the chat. All the money goes directly to our players and is completely free to participate in. If you look down on the right there's tons of quests you can fill out, and there even is just a base code you can submit. So if you have some time, it is literally free to do, and it goes to a fantastic cause of the players who are giving you some absolutely fantastic entertainment here tonight. So really get involved if you can. And if you're feeling a little generous today, you can also just contribute some money out of your pocket to go to one of these lucky players tonight.
Absolutely, it takes no time at all. Get on it. Hit that exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. That'll give you the link right there. But it looks like our next match is getting set up right now. It's just loading in. It's going to be White Gun versus Noodle. Now, of course, because this just happens to be an all BC top 4, these players have also played a bunch in the earlier seasons of SF5. So it'll be interesting to see. It's almost like a weird reunion for White Gun, Mortsy, and Sero to be playing against Noodle, because I don't know that they've been playing online all that much. Yeah, we'll see. It's kind of getting reacquainted with Noodle right now, and White Gun here is on the warpath, is not going to slow down.
Well, this is actually a rematch from winter semis where Noodle did take it 3-0 over White Gun. For anybody who did miss that. And Noodle was like solidly in control the whole match. So even just right now, we're seeing the script just completely flipped. White Gun, it's all White Gun so far. He's got all the damage and he's kind of just blowing up Noodle so far. It's down to Noodle. Great punish on the fireball. Yeah, Noodle he needs to slow this down. He needs to get that control we saw in winter semifinals back, because White Gun is on fire. This man is feeling the adrenaline from that last match. And if you need to stop him.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, you can see Noodle consciously trying to slow this down here. Waiting in the mid-range, has the DP ready, and is just trying to check, with stand medium kick, just like that. Trying to scout out the jumps, but the fireball there gets right over it with the EX dive kick. White Gun uncharacteristically backing off himself, recognizing he has the life lead. A miss confirmed there, and an excellent punish from Noodle, pushing towards the corner now. All right, back to mid-range with punish, but not a lot of damage to go with it.
Yeah, no.
I think stand medium kick is the name of the game here. If you're playing against White Gun, your stand medium kick probably anti-airs, and we're seeing it here from Noodle as well. One hit though, and that'll do it. White Gun taking game 1, just absolutely riding that momentum into this match. You can see.
Well, yeah, no, I think, yeah, that standing medium kick you're kind of highlighting, I think is such a good option because White Gun, he tends to do the dive kick very low to the ground. So your hitbox and your thing just becomes excellent. Now, obviously, White Gun can make the adaptation, and we've seen it before where he will change the areas where he's using the dive kick. He changes the heights. But I think right now that would just make a huge difference. Understanding that, that was a commitment early on. You know, I love to see it. It would be a great denial, but I think it was a bit of a misinput there from Noodle. I'm sorry, White Gun.
Yeah, you can see it's White Gun using Noodle's reactions against him. Noodle has been so on point for just looking to White Gun to go to the air and inputting the DP as soon as he sees it. And so, you know, White Gun recognizing at that range, he could DP, go for a dive kick and have the DP whiff. You can see it's kind of got Noodle second guessing the anti-airs here. Hasn't been anti-airing as many dive kicks since that interaction.
Okay, the back
finds
throw.
a back throw.
Okay, it's the second time he has turned this around. Unfortunately, White Gun has been able to escape so far, so Noodle really needs to just keep him locked down here. And no, the confirm, it didn't happen. You can't approach White Gun. He knows when to do the preemptive punch, and his confirms are just on point.
Yeah, Crouch Fierce. That button for Cammy is essentially activation of the button. I can't remember the last time I saw a Cammy hit a Crouch Fierce without having the activation behind it. That is that Normal's entire purpose. White Gun absolutely going to work here, feeling in the zone, has the corner, got the stun too, but this might be the start of it. Noodle has had great control, but hasn't really had explosive offensive sequences. It's really been a slow war of attrition when he's been able to take rounds, but White Gun is just too active for him.
Are we going to see just a complete flip of what we saw in winter semis? Because it was 3-0 Noodle. Noodle was solidly in control, and we've completely flipped the script so far. White Gun is looking unstoppable. Noodle's had some great areas. He's reversed the corner pressures, but he hasn't been able to keep it going. White Gun's escaped from the corner. He's getting great confirms to get out of those situations, and just so many offensive things are just going in the favor of White Gun. Noodle, kind of needs to slow this down, or maybe just, got to find something else, because what he's currently doing is just, the little victories are not enough to overcome just how much damage White Gun is getting on every single interaction.
Yeah, you saw Noodle took a lot of time there on the post-game win screen thinking about it. I thought for a second that we might see the character switch to Cammy, in which case it would have been Amira, but no, it's going to stick it out with Luke, is dedicated to the character, has maybe figured something out because he's looking great in this round.
Yeah, the adaptations he's made so far are very similar to kind of what we saw in the last game where he was DPing on the edge of those dive kicks, but White Gun's kind of turned it around. He's not really dive kicking here early on. He's just kind of keeping the pressure going. Looking for his time to get in. Yeah, DP comes down. Noodle's looking very good. He's stopping those aerial approaches. Great little jab. Baits out the DP. Fantastic. And that is actually how, White Gun beat Mortzy. He jabbed him out of the air and then he DP'd right after.
Yeah, so good stuff for Noodle for watching out there. Thinking about the approach here, the DPs are back. You can see the renewed confidence after taking just that one round. Can he keep it going? All right, White Gun absolutely wants to push the pace, does not want to slow things down. Oh! And the DP is still ready again.
Yeah,
White Gun, you gotta sit down. Ooh,
you gotta sit down for a little bit, but no, he's just having none of it. I think White Gun is kind of, that was sick. I think he's just playing with his timings. He's trying to figure out what heights he's getting anti-aired at the mode, and he's kind of just switching around between them, figuring out what Noodle's looking for. And yeah, there it is. Baits out the crouching medium kick, calls out the approach. No, he doesn't quite get the confirm to finish. Oh, no, the DP. That is so unfortunate.
Oh, what a heartbreaker for Noodle, just as he was clawing back some control in the matchup. It's not quite 3-0 left. There's still one more round to go here, but White Gun's looking so confident here. Noodle's really got to dig deep, but that is not what he needed.
Yeah, White Gun looking so strong on the ground so far. Noodle has kind of stopped the aerial approach, but the grounded approach has actually just been in the favor of White Gun for so long here. And Noodle just kind of needs to block that off too. He's denied him on one front and White Gun switched to the other. Oh.
You can see White Gun, I was going to say, kind of slowing it down there, and as soon as I did, he dashed, and now there's the EX dive kick, is going in, gets the shimmy. Activation. Was looking for the punish on the V-shift.
Oh, he's got him locked in the corner here. Noodle needs to do something. Now, White Gun's so comfortable with putting himself in the corner, does find the hit out. Okay, now Noodle is in a very advantageous position. Needs to not give this away, but the DP, he only gets a throw. He's not quite dead. Needs to get the right read on this in the back throw. He has
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance. He needs to get this confirmed coming down. One more hit. Oh, but he whiffs the throw. That was almost so tragic, but he finishes it off. And Noodle is on the board.
And that, my friends, is what we call a Canadian shimmy. You mess up
We
your
take
meaty
those.
throw, and you hit him with the jab.
Oh yeah, it's like the Canadian reset where you drop your combo and run up throw.
Yeah, exactly. Well
classic,
done
the
to Noodle,
classic.
staying alive there. Snatching one small victory from the jaws of defeat here, but he's got to put together 2 more. White Gun is still looking unstoppable here.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Okay.
Noodle has kind of made the reads he needs. He is denying that aerial approach for the most part, but where White Gun has adapted is he's taking control on the ground. And this has just been so scary for Noodle so far. And also corner control. White Gun has been able to escape from the corner almost every single time off of a great space normal. And just this momentum, when he gets it, the DPS comes down. Noodle needs to stop this, but White Gun, no. He's having none of it, is going to finish off this round, will not give it away.
Alrighty. White Gun back on match point, looking like he never left.
Yeah,
One
no,
more
looking
round.
very
and he'll be
comfortable.
in
Ooh.
Grand finals. All right, again to the corner. Interesting frame trap there. Catches a throw tech, I believe. The stun is still an issue. Was looking for the frame trap again with the stand roundhouse. All right, Noodle again. Trying to build the most tense comeback ever, apparently. Okay, the DPs are online.
Oh,
And
gets the hit.
Did you see that? The sweep to punish the dive kick instead of DP. He's recognizing the ranges. He's into the matrix right now. He
He's
can
into
see the
Matrix.
frames.
Yeah, he's figured out where he's gonna go now. Now, Fireball is very scary. Don't do it. Oh, but he gets the jump in. Oh, and he's put. Oh no! Oh, my, I can't keep up with this. It's crazy. The DP comes down, and Noodle just needs one more hit. Yeah, the gusto is so good. Stops him in the air with that standing heavy kick.
Yeah, the meaty V trigger there too. It just stopped whatever movement White Gun wanted to do there. There was either a DP coming or a jump into immediate dive kick, but it just clipped him on the start frames of that. And Noodle staying alive
Noodle stuck
immediately
in the
has to
corner
battle
here.
back down half life.
Yeah, White Gun playing really, really good here. Just kind of looking to make Noodle make some hard reads for this. Oh, I think he was trying to bait on something earlier, but just kind of a misinput on top of that. Ooh.
I love the backdash there from Noodle, just recognizing what range he wants to be at. He doesn't need the anti-air if he can keep the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to deny kind of that grounded approach a bit more. Yeah, great DP on the thing. Oh, he gets the hit though. And this is where White Gun is so dangerous. V reversal turns it around. He gets the hit, the reset, but no, the DP. I thought the chip damage killed, but no, he blocks the DP. Is having absolutely none of that. And White Gun has got his revenge from winner's semifinal, showing that 3-0 meant nothing. And he's moving on to grand finals against Aeroblast.
That DP bait was something of legends. Absolutely recognizing that the momentum was on Noodle's side there. Noodle's looking so good in that corner pressure position. Had the backdashes to keep the right range. Had that DP for V-trigger dive kick, which let me tell you is not easy to do. That is so hard to react to. But it's not going to be enough. Noodle is out of the bracket in 3rd place. Of course, takes home a healthy chunk of change. Got some points. And hopefully we see Noodle in the next events going forward, because he's got a great chance of making the final event in December. But that'll move us on to our grand finals. It's going to be Ceroblast versus White Gun. Probably the 2 most aggressive players in the bracket. And I expect this matchup to go very quickly. Now, if you'll recall, last month grand finals, Ceroblast was coming in from loser side and reset and won the bracket so quickly that I lost count of the games. It was so wild. Online Brian didn't stand a chance. But we'll see that we might have an equally quick grand finals this time around.
Oh, definitely. I think it will be interesting because, as you said, like, yeah, if you can kind of get that read on White Gun, you can kind of shut him down a little bit. But White Gun has done such a good job of varying up the timing, varying up the heights. He's using the dive kicks, and it has just come to a wonderful, wonderful result. So I'm really excited to see this. But of course, guys, we're getting into grand finals. Got to put that exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat. There is still codes to claim. We can get more money in the prize pool. And of course, it is going directly to our players. All you got to do is get on there, claim the code. It's super easy. It only takes like a couple minutes, and it's free to do. And if you're feeling extra generous today, you can also go and do some of the quests along the side to add extra money to the pot.
Yep, I still see some codes available to claim. If you are watching this, you have the time, exclamation point Matcherino in the chat, and that'll give you the link. And we'll get our grand finals coming up shortly.
Yeah, no, I think back on the match here, I'm kind of excited to see because I want to know if Ceroblast is going to kind of just dominate the aggression early on here and kind of like almost overlaps White Gun and how aggressive they're playing, because we know Ceroblast is very capable of playing that kind of more defensive style, or kind of switching and just flipping the switch, going offensive. But I'm curious to see if maybe she's going to compete with White Gun, because I think that would just make such an exciting match between the two of them, where they're both just going so hard on the offense.
Yeah, I think the typical game plan for Ceroblast, as we've seen in this bracket so far, is that she'll start off each match by playing kind of slow for round one, and it seems to be sort of a information gathering measure, like figuring out what your opponent wants to do when you give them a little bit of space. And then once she's got that down, once she's got that on lock, we see her sort of go into that aggressive mode, really stopping the advances from her opponent. And that's going to be key in this matchup versus White Gun. If the anti-airs aren't there, White Gun might just get away with this.
No, exactly. And I mean, the key thing too is like White Gun is coming out of losers here, so it does need to win 6 games. And when you have a player that can just gather information as well as Ceroblast does, being able to change it up and mix it up for that many games to get over this kind of player is very, very difficult. So I think it's kind of up to White Gun's honestly got to climb a mountain here. It's very terrifying, but if anybody can do it and anybody knows how to switch up their offense, it is White Gun. But damn, that confirm on the fireball?
Yeah, excellent recognition there from the juggle. And what I said, of course, is absolutely not what is happening. I expected Cero to kind of play it a little bit slow in this first round, but the activity has been off the charts. A lot of dashes, a lot of jab checks, and is looking solid here. But White Gun with the chance now. Went for a pressure reset there. The DP is ready. Was looking for EXDP there. A little delayed jab into a fireball is going to end up taking it. Ceroblast looking comfortable right off the bat.
Oh, exactly. And yeah, actually, I'm excited to see this, because Ceroblast is just immediately aggressive, kind of competing with White Gun, saying, hey, you want to dictate the pace, you got to keep up with this. And by this, you're stuck in the corner, you almost stunned, but no. I think White Gun might have found their way out. Great little DP there. Catches out the dive kick. I mean, hey, if you're going to dive kick against a dive kick expert, you got to be a little careful.
Yeah, definitely. All right. White Gun looking more comfortable now, but that whiff punish could spell disaster. Here's the meaty White Gun just backing off. The crush counter, it's going to do. Is that enough? Oh, no, misses the combo there. But the corner pressure.
Oh, interrupt. Nice. Yeah. This challenge on the plus frames.
Yeah, light Tatsu into activation is one of the routes that'll give Ken enough plus frames that he gets to press a button for free there. White Gun was trying to defy the odds, defy the frames. It did not work out. Ceroblast, game 1. That's 1 game for Ceroblast. I am mentally taking note. That was a game.
That was a
happened
game
so quickly, but that's a game. Game 1 Ceroblast. Let's get into game 2.
I think the problem with the frames is White Gun hasn't taken off the jacket. That's when White Gun enters the Matrix and no longer sees the frames. They become the frames. They defy logic. But the jacket's on right now.
Right. Okay. Finds the medium kick there. Great confirm. Back throw to keep the corners. Looking solid in this round. Just a couple more hits. But he can't get too antsy for it. Gives Ceroblast the corner back. An activation. And this might be doom. You don't want to put yourself in the corner on almost any opponent, but definitely not for Ceroblast.
Oh no.
If I was White Gun, that cross-up jump light kick to try and get that last little hit would haunt me for the rest of my days. On the back of that, Ceroblast takes the round, is up here in Game 2 of Grand Finals.
Yeah, sitting very comfortable up in winners so far. Now, White Gun has put up a great fight in the last couple of rounds, being able to get a huge life lead early on, but that does not seem to be the case this time, with a great little runner here from Ceroblast to turn the pressure around. Another DP is baited out. The stuns comes down, and Cero has so much meter to just set up another situation after this, but no, the run doesn't offer like a huge combo. Ooh.
Okay, activation here. Signs of life for White Gun. Was looking for DP, waiting there. And it's not often that a player can put that fear of the DP. Oh my god, it's enough to chip! Wow!
Yeah, no,
that is knowing your health values there. Cammy, of course, on the lower end. I think only 900 or 950 at this point. But wow, that little bit of health was exactly the amount of chips Ceroblast had. And just like that, 2-0. We might see a 3-0 sweep here in Grand Finals. Ceroblast is looking unstoppable.
Yeah, no, kind of speed running up through grand finals here very, very early. But I mean, White Gun, when they are able to get the damage, they're looking good. But Ceroblast has just been able to kind of turn the situation around so often. Now this is where White Gun needs to keep the momentum on, maybe finish off the stun here early. Go just jumping around, but no, Ceroblast, good heads up play, does not fall for the trickery and does get control back in the corner. And this is where it is usually spelled disaster for White Gun so far. The confirms come down. And they have White Gun stuck in the corner here.
Okay, White Gun now has been in this position before. I hesitate to say has great control of this round because Ceroblast has just found the comeback every time. This could be the start.
He has so much meter to work with here as well. Probably going to like slowly work towards a chip kill again this time because there is no V meter, but no, White Gun finds the opportunity. Such a good heads up player in the corner and is able to get confirmed and get themselves on the board.
Yeah, was brave enough to find the interruption there, takes the round, and needs this momentum here. Has to take this round as well. I think if Cero ends up taking this round, they will end up taking the tournament. Let's see it.
Oh!
All
Damn!
right.
Yeah,
DP
whips.
no go. Wow, look at that!
What?
Presence of mind. Crouch Fierce Anti-Air immediately canceled into V-Skull Run to keep the corner. The awareness is on point here.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
Setup not safe here.
Yeah, the air throw coming down.
The
Oh, no, you're dead. You're
and
dead.
That's gonna do it. Ceroblast is on tournament point. One more round to put it away. White Gun has taken off the shawl. It is the last stand here.
It's the last stand. The frames. He's trying to enter the matrix, see if he can defy the odds. Oh, I mean, it's happening so far. The DP comes down, and White Gun just needs to keep this pressure on. Is the shawl power up enough to come through? But no, Ceroblast back into the corner here, and yet again, White Gun has been so desperate in these situations, but it's turned around. The shawl is making the difference. It's taking control of the corner and keeping Ceroblast there, but no, Ceroblast with a great DP to get out of that situation here. And it's White Gun looking to just get the confirms, work it back. Oh, the setup, great V reversal to not even have to deal with that. And we are just resetting back down to neutral here, and White Gun approaches in. We are potentially entering the end of this game on either side because either one is just does such explosive damage. But there's a lot of respect. Oh, the DP doesn't let that hit.
What a punish there. Catches the landing frames. The defensive choices have been so good. You can see going to V-shift every time, not wanting to give White Gun the chance.
Oh, you're dead.
That's gonna do it. The confirm. Ceroblast is your champion for the CPT World Warrior Canada West second ranking event. Well done to her. An absolute dominant display here in grand finals. 3-0. It looked like White Gun didn't even have a chance.
No, exactly. Yeah, like had some shining light moments where he was able to keep the offense on, but a lot of time it would just be, he would get the corner, he would be able to hold it for a little bit, and then Ceroblast would find the opportunity. She'd find a way to slip through it, throw him in the corner, usually back throw, and then it was just kind of all Ceroblast from that moment on. I think the key light we did see at the end there was White Gun was able to turn that situation around. The shawl came off and he was able to win there, but it wasn't quite enough. Entering the frames did not do the trick. And of course, congratulations to Ceroblast for winning their second Capcom World Warrior event so far for Canada West. Definitely going to be dominating on top of the leaderboard at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, there are 3 more ranking events, and if she even just places in top 8, she's likely guaranteed at this point to qualify for the final event in December. So great stuff to her. I also want to take some time to highlight the defensive choices from Ceroblast right at the end there. That was, I think, the deciding factor there. Obviously, White Gun was finding some footholds, finding some great sequences, but we saw at the end there, Ceroblast just sort of gave up on any possibility of going for V-trigger and was just always on point with either the V-shift to get away from the dive kick or the V-reversal. Great stuff to her, and that's really how she managed to cinch it. She had a commanding lead, but it was that little extra that let her take it so dominantly, not even giving up a single game, which is very impressive for anyone versus White Gun, really.
No, exactly, because yeah, if anybody's going to squeak one by, it is White Gun. But yet again, everybody, I have brought it up a bunch of times. There is a level up, fresh Cut community clip contest running through this. If you guys saw anything cool, whether it be a sick play, a why the heck did they do that kind of play, again, us saying something stupid. I said a lot of stupid things this broadcast. So if at least one of them isn't clipped, I might be a little sad. You know, got kind of a big ego riding on this. But that, jokes aside, it's an awesome contest. If they just any clips, they're going to look at the top 3 and the winner is going to win a subscription to the channel, and you will be featured in the Fresh Cuts community clip broadcast or little highlight video, that you guys did see earlier right before top 4. So definitely get in on that.
We also want to take a little bit of time to thank Hori for sponsoring this event as well. As you can see here, you get $10 off a t-shirt with the purchase of any Fight Stick Alpha model. If you're in the market for a new stick, go ahead and check it out. Pick up a shirt while you're at it. I've been saying this whole entire stream I might just pick up a shirt just because they are so sick.
They are so sick. And I mean, I got to talk about the Hori sticks have been just good for so long. My first stick was the Hori Wrap 4, which I'm sure a lot of people started on. Great budget stick. And I mean, for what it was a fantastic product. So obviously the rest of the line is going to be great as well. I am unfortunately a hitbox drone these days, but I got to say the Hori stick got me into the game. And I mean, hey, if I could have gotten a sick t-shirt with my stick, I would have. I definitely would have.
Absolutely. We also want to take this time to remind you about why we're here, what this whole event is. It's the Capcom Pro Tour World Warrior 2022 series. There are 26 regions all around the world. If you're tuned in here and you're not from Canada West, fret not. I guarantee you there's probably an event in your region, a series of ranking events even. You earn points. Even entering gets you a point. It doesn't matter where you qualify. You go home with points. So get on it. Consistency is the key. Enter, and of course, the top 8 will qualify for an event in December, and the winner of that will win a spot in Capcom Cup. The stakes are high. It's really a great opportunity. And if you need any info, that URL is right there on the screen, start.gg/CPT2022-WW, and that'll take you to the league page that has every event. While we're here too, I want to give a quick shout out to the No Neutral show on Capcom Fighters YouTube. Brian F. and Rob TV have been recapping the separate regional events every time they happen. There's a video every week or so, and that's been a really good way to keep up to date with what's happening in all 26 regions, because honestly, ain't nobody have time to watch 26 top 8s and keep track of who has what the point standings are like. So if you want to recap, head on over to Capcom Fighters on YouTube, and you can find those videos there.
Yeah, and I think actually a cool thing that this event does as well is it just, maybe you are kind of a viewer, you've been watching Street Fighter for a long time, but you don't really know where your local community is. Like Canada West, yet again, we're spread everywhere. You might be able to connect with one. So just pay attention to the players here, see if maybe they can connect you to the scene. It's definitely good to go. Without further ado, we do have an interview with our winner, Cero Blast.
Hey, Cero, how's it going? Long time no see.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah, you're
we can
good.
hear you. All right, so first off, congratulations, a repeat winner, second month taking it in a row, this time from winner's side. How did it feel this month versus last month? I know last month you had to fight through from losers. Did this feel more like business as usual?
Well, we had newcomers. Well, we had more people playing in this one. There was Cayman and then Noodle, so pretty recognizable people from Canada scene. But yeah, I think this was a better outcome than the last one because there's more high level players.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun. I'm surprised to see some people playing different characters.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you mentioned there Noodle, who's in the bracket this time. Now, obviously, you know Noodle, Nate, from events here when he's made it out to Vancouver, but it's been quite a while since I've seen him in a bracket. Is this your first time playing versus Noodle in a while, or have you been playing Noodle online recently?
I haven't. This is my first time playing him ever since in a while. Yeah, so it's been a long time. So he's playing Luke, but I was hoping he would pick Cammy against White Gun and then do the Cammy mirror match, but I guess he didn't do it.
I was hoping for it too, because both those players are kind of like two sides of the same coin. We've got like the really solid fundamental in Noodle, and then like the craziness in White Gun. Yeah. But anyways, I want to ask you about something. Your very first match on stream tonight, you played one game and then you had to leave the lobby because of the heads up display. What's up with that?
I forgot to turn my HUD back on, so I had no bars. So I was like, okay, maybe I can deal with this. But then I lost the first game. Like, okay, no,
Yeah.
I'm turning it back on.
Yeah, there was a situation there towards the end where you had super and you could have killed, but
Yeah,
honestly, you didn't know.
I didn't know because I couldn't see his health. So I've been doing this challenge recently again. It's called the hashtag no bars. Basically, I just turn off the HUD and play, and then that's it.
Is that like a channel redeem, or is that just like something you just do?
I did it back in the days when I was streaming a lot, so people were asking for it again, so I started doing it. It's not a redeem though. If people just want to see me do it, I'll do it.
Yo, that's awesome. That's super cool.
All right, so if people want to see more of you playing, more of you streaming, where can they catch you? On Twitch, is it just twitch.tv/Ceroblast?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Awesome, great to hear. And I assume you're going to be playing in this event every month. You've got quite the stable of points here. Do you feel good about your chances for qualifying for Capcom Cup, given that that's the end goal at the end of this?
I hope so. I mean, we playing this tournament every month. There's what 2 more, I think. Is it all the way till December or what?
December will be the final qualifying event, but yeah, there's one every month up until then.
So there's I mean, but all that really matters is just that the last one, right? The one that qualifies for Capcom Cup. So that one, I have to make sure I'm on a good day, because like you can still play bad especially on a bad day, right? Yeah.
So given that you have a good chance of qualifying for that final event, are there players in particular that you think will give you the most trouble, either in these ranking events or at the final?
Not that I know of. I'm gonna be honest.
I like it. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Be honest. Let them know. Put them on blast.
I think the closest that could beat me is probably Mortzy or White Gun, because they've played me so much, and White Gun has a tendency to able to like sometimes take sets off me, because I'm on autopilots, and then once he takes sets off me, then I just like, oh, okay, let me just. Mortzy just, I don't know. I think he needs to pick a new character if he wants to beat me, because
I was gonna say that matchup is suffering, right? Ken just has such a great number of options versus Fong, right?
It's just too hard, man. Like, if you should honestly, like, he was playing Honda before. He should just stick to Honda or like use that as a secondary. And I think with these upcoming tournaments, like, he should start practicing his Honda, and then eventually get used and use it in tournament, so that he can, get somewhere with it, I think.
All right, interesting advice on the character pick, Mortzy. If you're watching, maybe it's time to dust off the Honda again.
I guess the thing I'm just curious about too, because obviously we do have like the Capcom World Warrior thing. Are you thinking of going out to like any majors or anything as well to kind of like get more practice there and maybe qualify that way? Or is this kind of like the main way you're kind of focusing on getting to Capcom Cup?
I think this is the main way, because I don't feel comfortable with traveling right now. Just for this year. Maybe next. I think next year I'll be more comfortable, but this year.
No, that's totally fair.
Yeah. So far I'm just chilling at home.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to play in the top 8, but also to chat with us here after Grand Finals. Is there anything you want to let the audience know before we get on up out of here?
Make sure you follow my socials. Twitter at BlastZero. And then I'm streaming a lot, and I also do a lot of coaching sessions and viewer lounges. So if you want to stop by and learn more about Street Fighter, just hop onto my Twitch stream and let me know.
All right, you heard it, folks. Get on it. Follow all the channels. Keep it tuned. And of course, stay tuned here, because this is the end of the Capcom World Warrior ranking event for tonight. But of course, Level Up Live, the channel you are watching right now, will have plenty other fighting game action coming up. My name is Coins, and that's all from me.
Everybody, I was John the Batman Hat, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.
Okay, thanks for commentating.
Much appreciated.
No worries. All right. We will see you next month. It's been great, everyone. Bye for now. Catch you later.
Bye.